we're officially live. If you want to like just like have the stream up, just keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Right now it's good.
There's no thinking.
No thinking?
No thinking.
So I can't think?
Nope.
Oh, not at all.
Pure instinct.
So just have brain play.
Yep.
Yes.
No, pure instinct. Wherever that gets you.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there's a deep fly into left field by Castellanos. By his what?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm still going to be talking because I was told to, and there's a lot happening right now. Not really. Okay.
Hello and welcome, Stallion faithful, to beautiful, sunny Oneonta, New York, where your reigning champion Saugerties Stallions will take on the Outlaws of Oneonta in back-to-back games. And Kyle McMullen alongside me, Logan Barandis. And before we get into tonight's lineups, let's talk a little bit about last night's late game heroics, where the Stallions came out on top in a 10-inning contest, 6-5. Logan, Garrett Michelle had one of the best games out of an individual Stallion that we've seen all year. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, it started out not just with the late inning heroics. It started out with a 2-run home run very early in the game, his first home run on the year. And then later in the game, of course, he had that walk-off sacrifice fly back in the 10th inning to secure the win for the Stallions. Their third walk-off win against the Outlaws this year, their fourth overall win against this team. So we'll see what kind of success both Michelle and the Stallions can keep going today.
That's right. This will be the 6th time on the year that the Stallions will take on the Outlaws, the 3rd time that we have traveled to Oneonta. And tonight's lineup for the Stallions is looking a little bit different. We're going to start off, leading off, playing second base, Brett Heckert. Batting second, Evan Goforth. 3-hole playing third base is Brandon Fish. Batting fourth, Jake Skrine. Batting fifth, playing center field, Easton Bertrand. Batting sixth, Garrison Berkeley. He'll be out in left field. And last night's hero, Garrett Michelle, designated hitter, batting seventh. In the 8th spot, extra hitter, David Shackleford, who had the night off last night. Batting ninth, Colin Mackel. He'll be out in right field. Behind the dish, Mason Speaker. And on the mound, the 6'6" left-handed pitcher, Jack Walker, who the last time we saw Jack was actually here at Oneonta. And he only went 3 1/3, 6 runs, 6 earned, 6 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So Walker definitely going to want to turn the page and start things on a different note. And we'll talk a little bit now about the Outlaws, how they line up defensively. Out in left field, Connor Cooney. Center field, Tyler Sauceville. Out in right is going to be Tyler Martinez. Over at third base, Jeff Pierantoni. Shortstop, Devin Boone. Second base, Mario Disso. Over at first base, Dylan Perry. And on the mound, Jack Sandridge out of St. Mary's, as the first pitch to Brett Heckert is missed out up for a ball, 1-0.
And for Heckert, this is going to be his first game on the year in that leadoff spot. The highest up he hit in the lineup was at number 2 against Oneonta last time.
Second pitch of the at-bat is going to be popped up to the second baseman. On it is Disso, and that'll take care of the first Stallion. That'll bring up the shortstop, Evan Goforth, who is celebrating a birthday. Happy 19th birthday to Mr. Evan Goforth.
We were talking about it off air, but doesn't that make you feel old when you hear a player on this team is turning 19?
Oh, absolutely. And Goforth, one of those veteran presences in the Stallion lineup at just 19 years old. First pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. That'll bounce in for a ball, 1-0.
And Goforth had a really great game at Glens Falls, went 3 for 3, but followed that up with no hits and an RBI yesterday against these Outlaws.
Second pitch is a fastball, and that misses outside. 2-0 now to the shortstop. And you mentioned it. He was just a home run shy of the cycle against Glens Falls. Last night, Oneonta able to keep him pretty quiet. He was still able to score 1 RBI. And he rips that one up to the shortstop. Devin Boone is going to make a diving play to his left, but will be not in time is the throw. Goforth in there for a base hit, and that'll bring up the dangerous Brandon Fish.
Yeah, and that'll almost certainly be ruled a hit for Goforth, as that was a great diving stop by the shortstop in Boone, but he had to make a great throw to get out Goforth, which he was unable to do. Now a runner on for Brandon Fish.
Fish currently sitting .397 on the year, has 27 hits, currently sitting on an 8-game hitting streak, with 8 multi-hit games on the year as well. And during that streak, Logan, 10 for 24, 3 doubles, 2 runs, 6 RBIs, 2 walks, and get this, 1 strikeout to his name. So the baseball just has to be about the size of a bowling ball up there for him. He is just absolutely mashing.
Yeah, it's been a really impressive streak for the Stallion third baseman. It's been really hard to stop him, and the Outlaws have struggled to do just that. 3 of those games in that streak were against Oneonta. He has 1 hit in all 3 of those games.
Absolutely. The third baseman is stepping in now for his first appearance of the night out of the left-handed batter's box. First pitch swinging, he'll foul that one straight back into the netting, 0-1.
And yesterday, Brandon Fish had 2 RBIs and a walk against these Outlaws. Was a big part of their comeback midway through that game.
Goforth on first base has 6 stolen bags to his name so far in the year, so got to wonder if the Stallions are going to keep him moving early in this one or not. Decent lead off first is Goforth. And Sandridge will throw over. Perry unable to handle that throw too much. Looked like it bounced into the ribs of Goforth as he pounds the dirt in frustration.
And Goforth's got some wheels on him. He has 4 stolen bases this year, and they've come in 2 games, including 2 days ago against Glens Falls, where he had 2 stolen bags in that one.
Sandridge gets his sign. He'll check. Goforth with a look. Slide step home. Bouncing ball up the first baseline. That'll kick foul. 1-2 now. 0-2 to Fish.
Yeah, and Fish is trying to stay alive with that swing. Was just able to get a little piece of that one to keep his at-bat going, and is trying to advance Goforth into scoring position with the heart of the lineup, making its way through.
So far on the year, Sandridge struggling a little bit. In 4 games, he has 1 start. This will be his second, boasting an 18.47 ERA in 6 1/3 innings. 0-2 curveball is in on the hands and called strike 3. So down goes Fish, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Jake Skrine.
Yeah, there's a great breaking ball there from Sandridge, and Fish just kind of caught looking at it, and Jake Skrine going to try and keep this inning going for the Stallions.
Goforth still over there at first base. Not much movement yet. Jake Skrine currently sitting at 281 on the year now. OBP 361 and a slugging percentage up 422 right now. So the numbers have been dropping as of late, but continued to mash the ball in select at-bats, hoping to see a little bit more out of him as the first pitch is off speed and bounces in the dirt for a ball, 1-0.
And Skrine is currently on a 2-game hitting streak, has 1 hit in each of the last 2 games, went 1 for 4 with a walk against the Outlaws yesterday.
Sandridge will come set, slide step, and ripped up into right field for a base hit to Skrine. Rounding second is Goforth. The throw to third will not be in time. Stallions have runners at the corners now with 2 away.
We'll make it a 3-game hitting streak now for Jake Skrine, and that's great base running from Goforth, able to quickly round the second base bag and made it into third without a problem. And it'll be Easton Bertrand now with a chance to pick up right where we left off after the Glens Falls game he had a couple days ago, Kyle.
Bertrand just coming back home after an official visit over the weekend. Nice to see him find his way back in the lineup. First and third, 2 outs. First pitch to the center fielder is up and in for a ball, 1-0.
And we talk about the Glens Falls game on June 29th. He had a home run, his first on the year, with 2 RBIs, went 2 for 4 in that victory.
Second pitch is bounced in the dirt, off speed, 2-0 now. Bertrand finds himself in a good count here, 2-0. Bertrand currently has all types of extra base hits, 1 of each, 1 double, a triple, and a home run on the year so far. Sanders will check the runner at first, 2-0. Fastball misses low and away, now 3-0.
Yeah, Bertrand hasn't walked too much so far in the early going this year. Only 2 4-pitch walks so far, with his last one coming June 24th against Amsterdam.
The 3-0 to Bertrand. And that one finds the outer half for a called strike 1. 3-1. Sandridge still has his work cut out for him here. First and third, Evan Goforth on third, thanks to that base hit with 1 out. Jake Skrine on first after his single, and that one bounces in the dirt. Here comes Goforth, and he will slide in there for the first run of the evening. Great heads-up base running from Goforth all the way around. Now runners at first and second after that walk, and that'll bring up Garrison Berkeley.
Oh, no, that was beautiful base running all the way around from Evan Goforth, and the birthday boy able to score the first run for either side today. And just like yesterday, the Stallions able to take an early lead in this one, and Garrison Berkeley now heading to the dish after the walk.
Berkeley, a .302 hitter, 13 hits to his name. First pitch swinging, he'll pop that one up into shallow right field. Disso, the second baseman, is under it, and he will make the play over near the foul line, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Stallions get on the board. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left. We head now to the home half of the first inning. You're listening to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth, bringing you all Stallion baseball all summer long. Brought to you in part by Diamond Mills, world-class amenities and refined luxury, and Dwyer Contracting, high-quality craftsmanship in a family-owned business. Take a look now at how the Stallions stack up defensively. Starting out in the outfield, in left field will be Garrison Berkeley from TCU. Out in center field, Easton Bertrand. Over in the right field corner will be Colin Mackel. And around the horn, we got third baseman Brandon Fish, shortstop and birthday boy Evan Goforth, second baseman Brett Heckert. Over at first base, Jake Scrine, battery mate Mason Speaker, and on the mound, Jack Walker, the 6'6" left-handed pitcher out of Indiana.
Yeah, and for Walker, he's still looking for his first win on the year thus far. He's made 2 of his 3 starts against the Outlaws. In his last one here in Oneonta, went 3 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 6 runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts, and got his only loss in that game.
Walker definitely looking to make amends to that, as now for the Outlaws, we have leading off their second baseman Mario Disso, followed by the shortstop Devin Boone, and the extra hitter Henry Polinsky, all due up this half of the inning. Speaker, if you remember, the last time we saw him was actually out on the mound and becoming more of a two-way player as of late. His college coaches wanting him to be on the mound a lot more, so he's been getting some innings, and he's thrown pretty well. He's currently sitting at 4.50 ERA in 3 games, 4 innings, 5 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2 hits, and just getting better and better. Nice to see a two-way guy like Speaker. First pitch to Disso is on the way. The lefty-lefty matchup, and Walker will miss with the first offering, 1-0.
Yeah, and Disso coming from Pitt Johnstown University. He's having a good start to the season so far, batting atop of the Outlaws lineup.
Second pitch misses low, 2-0 now to the leadoff man.
And in all 3 of his appearances so far, Walker's allowed 3 or more walks in all of them, so looking to really hone down his control in the midway point of the season.
The 2-0 finds the strike zone, 2-1 now to Disso. 1-0 Stallions. Bottom of the first, 2-1. Bouncing ball up the middle, Heckert in on it, second base, throw on to first, and that'll be in time. 1 away here for Devin Boone, the shortstop.
Yeah, and that's the start you want if you're Jack Walker, getting your first out relatively early in the count, and on a ball that wasn't as hard hit as you would want as a hitter. So getting that first out very quickly for the Stallions.
Absolutely, and we hear it all the time from pitching coach Rich Doobie. He wants to give these guys a exact pitch count and want to see how deep into games they can get themselves. First pitch swing is the shortstop, and he'll foul that one straight back in the netting, 0-1.
And Boone coming from Marist University, a college that has produced Colin Mackel, Nico Amory, Drake Quinn, a lot of these Stallions that are currently on the roster.
The 0-1. Fastball in on the outer corner for a called strike, 0-2. Absolute paint right there from Walker. Speaker setting up high, the 0-2. That one is ripped into right center field for a base hit. Cutting it off is Mackel out in right field, and the shortstop will hold up with a single and one away. That'll bring up the extra hitter, Henry Polinsky.
Yeah, and Heckert thought about trying to time his jump for that one, but saw that one went well over his head. Nothing you really do about that one. That was a hard-hit single from Boone.
Coming into this one, Devin Boone, a .333 hitter, so he continues to swing a hot bat. He's got 15 stolen bases to his name as well, so Stallions are going to be very aware of that. The first offering to Polinsky is upstairs for ball 1-0. Another lefty up at the dish for the Outlaws.
And the Outlaws are a very lefty-heavy team, so it's going to be tough for the lefty pitcher and Walker.
Throwing over just to check in on him. Nothing doing. He won't even get the jersey dirty. Lefty-lefty matchup actually favoring Walker, hoping to see just what he can make out of it. 1-0, inside for a ball, 2-0.
And that one was just low from Walker, trying to get back in the count here against Polinsky. He's already hitting 225 on the year, struggling in the early going.
Just 9 hits to his name and 12 strikeouts. Time is called. We'll reset. Walker gets his sign. He'll come set. The 2-0. And that one upstairs again. 3-0. Walker finding himself in a little bit of trouble here with only one away. Boone gets his lead off first. Walker takes one peek. 3-0. Upstairs again for a ball. So a 4-pitch walk gives the Outlaws a runner in scoring position with only one away. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Evan Keegan.
And if you're the Stallions, you just got the lead in the top of the first. You really want to hold on to it longer than just less than a half inning. You want Walker to try and get out of this inning and really get some length in this start, which he struggled to do so early on.
First pitch misses upstairs again for a ball. 1-0. That's 5 straight now from the lefty. Walker will take a second, gather himself, try and get himself back into this one. Devin Boone leads off second. Polinsky off first. Walker will take a step off the mound again and reset. There goes Boone from second. The throw to third. Not in time. It gets past Fish as Boone will come up and he will score. So the 1-0 lead is erased in the early going, and Polinsky himself is now on second base in scoring position. That pitch ruled a ball, 2-0, so 6 straight balls from Walker.
Yeah, if you're Speaker, that should have never been thrown over to third, as Boone had just a really good lead off of the second base bag, and by the time Walker threw the pitch, he was already like 3/4 of the way to the third base bag.
Finding the strike zone there is Walker, 2-1 now to the designated hitter. Speaker will be awarded the error on that throw, giving that first run for the Outlaws. 3-1 now as Walker misses below the knees.
And the Outlaws going to make Walker work. They've seen him for most of his appearances so far this year. They know about his control issues in the early going.
3-1 swing is Keegan. He'll foul that one up the right field line. 3-2 now.
Walker so far on the year. 9 strikeouts. He's had 3 in all 3 of his appearances.
Efficient. Hoping to see him fill up the strike zone here with the 3-2. Runner on second. Missing low for ball 4 is Walker. So Keegan will take the trot up to first base, putting runners at first and second now. And that'll bring up the first baseman, left-handed hitter again, Dylan Perry.
And now back-to-back walks allowed by Walker, and hasn't thrown too many pitches in the strike zone in both those at-bats. Now to bring up another lefty in this lineup, and Dylan Perry.
First pitch, that misses for a ball, 1-0. Polinsky on second, following his walk, and Evan Keegan over there on first base, not being held on. Swing and a miss is Perry, as he wanted to put that ball out into the woods here in Oneonta. 1-1.
And Perry went chasing when there was really no need to do so. That pitch was well high from Walker, but you mentioned it. Perry wanted to put up 3 runs on the board and fast.
The 1-1. And that one just missing low for a ball, 2-1.
And Perry just 5 for 43 so far this year. It's a 116 average.
24 strikeouts as well, so not what you want from your 5-hole hitter. Missing low again is Walker, 3-1 now to the struggling Perry. Walker gets his sign from speaker. He comes set, the 3-1. Swung on and fouled up and out of play. Bring the count full 3-2.
And Walker's only been in one other 2-strike count in this bottom of the first inning. Didn't end up getting out of that one, so looking for better results here against Perry.
Walker gets a sign. He comes set, the 3-2. And Sherwin-Williams paint right there on the outer half. Called strike 3. So 2 away now. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Jeff Pierantoni.
That was a beautiful pitch from Walker, just painting that outside corner of the zone. Framed beautifully by a speaker, just all around great pitch. And that's the second out in this bottom of the first.
Pierantoni, another left-handed hitter in this lineup. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Thought about it, but held back. 1-0 above its hands. Two away here, 1 run already across for both teams. Up above the letters again, 2-0 now.
Yeah, and Walker really favoring that high part of the zone, just hasn't been too consistent in hitting that mark. He got Pierantoni to check right there, but just too high.
2-0, the catcher Max Imhoff awaits on deck. That one is fouled up and out of play into the net. 2-1. Walker throwing a lot more pitches this half inning than he would like.
Yeah, pitch count already up to 26 in this bottom of the first.
And that one missing low for a ball, 3-1 now.
And
So another 3-ball count to an Outlaw hitter.
And from the Stallions' perspective, you already had 4 pitchers go yesterday, and you still have 2 more games coming up before your next day off. You need Walker to eat up some innings here, but so far it isn't looking too promising.
3-1. Not sure where it missed, but it did. And that'll load the bases for the Outlaws, bringing up the catcher, Max Imhoff.
That's a really tough call for Walker. Try to paint the outside. You said it. I don't know where the umpire was looking on that call, but it definitely didn't favor Walker. Now the base is loaded for the Outlaw catcher, Imhoff. Mm-hmm. 1-1, bases loaded.
Polinsky on third, Keegan on second. First pitch swinging, bouncing ball to the third baseman Fish. Throws over to first, and that'll be in time. Not before the Outlaws tie this one back up at 1. It's 1 run on 1 hit, 3 runners left on. We are moving now to the top of the second inning. Listening to Stallion Baseball from the Ulster Savings broadcast booth. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back to Stallion Baseball, brought to you by Ephros Orthodontics, smile provider for the Stallions, and Emerson Spa, a hidden treasure in the Catskills. 7, 8, 9 are the Stallions due up. Garrett Michelle, the designated hitter, will lead things off, the left-handed hitter and the hero of last night's game.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Michelle's game yesterday. He also had that performance with family in the stands. Like, they came to Saugerties to watch him play, and he hits his first home run of the year, first walk-off of the year as well.
You just love to see that. First offering from Sandridge in there for a called strike 1. Would be nice if we got that call. 0-1. That one misses low for a ball, evening the count now 1-1.
And even though Michelle's just one of the few high school seniors on this team, he holds himself like one of the veterans. He just like the demeanor about Michelle, it's already like an experienced pro.
1-1 inside, called strike 2, 1-2. The extra hitter finding himself in a hole. Designated hitter, rather. No outs, Sandridge. Payoff, and that one sails up and into the backstop, just a bit outside.
That would be the thing that we played if we were at Cantine, which you are not.
Absolutely. You got to throw in a little Bob Euchre any chance you get. 2-2 now to the designated hitter. Breaking ball, and that one bounces in the dirt, 3-2.
Another thing that Michelle's game yesterday did is it ended a 9-game strikeout streak. He had some great games in this past couple of weeks, but there always seemed to be one strikeout at some point here or there.
Count full to the left-handed hitting Michelle. And upstairs, ball 4, so the Stallions give themselves a leadoff walk out of Garrett Michelle. And that'll bring up the extra hitter who had the night off last night, the dangerous David Shackleford.
Yeah, and both sides getting walks early and often in this one. That's the second walk for the Stallion offense in this one compared to the Oneonta Outlaws 3. And, yeah, you mentioned it. Now it'll be David Shackleford coming back from a day off.
First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0.
Shaq is currently on a 2-game hit streak in these last 2 games against Mohawk Valley and Glens Falls. Looking to pick up right from there.
OBP of 407 on the year, so the Stallions sort of hide him deep in that lineup as he fouls that one straight back into the netting. 1-1 now.
Yeah, Shackleford's hit 7th or lower in the lineup in every game except for 2 where he hit leadoff, once against Mohawk Valley, once against Amsterdam. So you mentioned the Stallions do like to kind of put him down there, and that's not just because, you know, they want to bury him. There's a lot of deadly hitters in this lineup altogether.
1-1 misses outside for a ball, 2-0. Absolutely. You sort of bury and hide some of your gems like Shackleford deep in that order to disguise a little bit, and they're protected by dangerous hitters like Fish, Scrine, all those guys. So a guy like David Shackleford will get a lot more fastballs versus breaking pitches. The 2-1, that misses for a ball. Now 3-1, finding himself in a good spot here is Shaq.
It's also a really big benefit to a lineup to have a guy hitting 280 with 10 RBIs kind of in the lower part of the lineup where you normally see some drop off from other teams.
And that is ball 4 bouncing into the backstop. Shackleford will walk up to first base, and that'll bring up tonight's right fielder, the left-handed hitting Colin Mackel. Mackel's number was called on late in last night's contest to pinch run for Nico Amory in the bottom of the 9th. Bases got loaded at one point, but Stallions were unable to convert in that half of the inning, able to convert the very next one, courtesy of course, Garrett Michelle, who's on second base right now. Sandridge gets his sign. First pitch bunting, and he pops that one up. And Imhoff makes a nice diving play in foul territory. So not at all what you want to see right there. Very unfortunate. So 1 away now, and that'll bring up the catcher for the Stallions, Mason Speaker.
It was the right idea from the Stallions, just not the result they were looking for, as it was a great catch by the catcher in Imhoff. But the same thing almost happened with these two sides yesterday. Kip Fugers was laying down a bunt in the extra frame, or actually in the 9th inning, rather, and the first baseman in that game almost made a diving catch, which would have been a double play.
Would have been very dangerous there. And it is actually, you were right your first time. It was the 10th inning because Jake Scrine was on second.
Yeah.
And I remember we talked about how he played it pretty heads up. He froze, saw the ball bounce, and got himself to third base safely. First pitch to Speaker misses outside for a ball, 1-0. And right after that was the intentional walk. The intentional walk to Fish to load the bases. And that brought up Michelle, who took care of business. Sandridge gets his sign, the 1-0. Thought about it. Didn't go around, but it's ruled a strike anyways. 1-1 with one out.
It was actually the intentional walk to Berkeley, because he hit after Fugers.
You're right. You're right.
We got it.
We got it. Half a brain makes one. Sandridge comes set, the 1-1. That one is bounced over to third base. That'll be 5-4-3 double play, and that'll end the half inning after the Stallions were able to get 2 runners on with nobody out. We move now to the bottom of the 2nd inning, still knotted up here at 1. You're listening to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth. We are in the bottom of the 2nd inning here in Oneonta. 8, 9, 10 are the Outlaws in this half inning, leading off with the left fielder Connor Cooney. and Jack Walker, the lefty, is out on the mound for his second inning of work.
Yeah, Walker had some early game jitters to work around back in the first. He walked 3 batters, allowed 1 hit, but was able to get 1 strikeout mixed in there. So looking for better results here in the second.
Better results brought to you by iMedView Inc., independent medical review, world-class results, and local connections. And by IXL Health and Fitness, keeping the Stallions fit all season long.
And John Drager as he continues to stretch right in front of my view.
John Drager taking care of camera work and social media tonight.
And putting on a show.
Putting on a show, absolutely. Always does. Got to appreciate it. We're ready to go here in the second inning as Connor Cooney steps into the box. Another left-handed hitter in this Outlaw lineup. Cooney out of Newell, Colorado. Plays for Holy Cross. The first pitch bounces in the dirt. Ball 1-0.
Yeah, and Cooney hit 237 and 22 RBIs during his last year at Holy Cross and hitting in the lower part of the lineup. We haven't seen much of Cooney during the 6 games between these two teams.
No, I remember seeing him in the first one and not much since. Second pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. 2-0 now.
He's only had 40 at-bats so far this year, so really hasn't seen much action anywhere.
Struggling to find his way into a consistent part of this Outlaw lineup. 3-0 as Walker misses again to the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, Walker's pitch count just over the 30 mark and looking for a quick inning, but first has to bounce back against Cooney, already down 3-0.
3-0 is in there for a called strike. 3-1. Walker able to just throw something over the heart of the plate. Cooney taking all the way there. So 3-1. Walker still has his work cut out for him in this one. Pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike 2. Walker battling back into this count. Stallion right-hander gets loose out in that bullpen. 3-1. Almost hitting Cooney, and the home plate umpire will say that it did clip him. So a hit by pitch gives the Outlaws a runner on first base with nobody out, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Tyler Martinez.
It'll help the stat line out for Jack Walker as it's not a walk, it's a hit by pitch, but nonetheless it's going to be the same result for the Stallion lefty and a leadoff runner getting on for Oneonta.
Nobody out. Out of the stretch. Walker missing up high for a ball. 1-0.
And in this league, you don't see too many people from out west, but Martinez coming from San Francisco University.
A West Coast guy, eh? All the way across the continental United States for some summer baseball. And that one looked like a slider that misses 2-0 as Walker continues to struggle to find the strike zone early in this one.
And Tyler, one of 2 Martinez brothers on this team. His brother Ryan also plays for San Francisco.
He'll throw over to first base to check on Cooney. Certainly not his go-to move, just checking the runner kind of move.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've seen either Martinez brother.
I believe we have actually seen Tyler. From what I recall, we haven't seen Ryan. I do remember seeing Tyler. Because anytime I see T. Martinez, the first thing that pops in mind is Tino Martinez for whatever reason.
Well, no, that makes sense. It's not like out of the ordinary.
Huh. The 3-0 to Martinez. And that one upstairs again as pitching coach Rich Doobie jumps up and he'll take a trip out to the mound to talk to his lefty.
Yeah, and there is action already in the Stallion bullpen. I'm pretty far away. It does look like Jake Colkhorst. If I get a better view, I think I'll correct myself, but we'll see what Rich Doobie has to say to kind of calm down Jack Walker, because obviously he wants to get some more length out of his lefty.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you. It does look like Colkhorst out there. The recent TCU now transfer portal player on this Stallion lineup. So a bunch of these guys in the portal finding themselves in a very similar position as they did when they were young high schoolers, having to go through that whole recruitment process all over again. And a lot of these guys, it'll be a big weight taken off their shoulders once they're able to find themselves somewhere to play in the fall. So right now these guys are really playing to find themselves a new home, and you hope to see some competitiveness out of each of these guys because they are gamers, they are baseball players, they want to compete, and you just hope to see that out of them. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Tyler Sauceville, another left-handed hitter.
Another one of those guys in the portal, Kyle, Jack Walker.
Jack Walker, amen. Bunting here is Sauceville. First pitch curveball, called strike as Sauceville pulls it back. 0-1.
Sauceville, a Mason Speaker type two-way player, has seen action both at the dish and on the mound so far for Oneonta.
0-1. Another breaking pitch, called strike two. Sauceville not likely to square around again in this at-bat. Walker attacking the 10-hitter from Oneonta here. First 0-2 count that Walker's seen so far. Payoff, breaking pitch, swung on and missed. Great pitch right there from Walker. Great sequence. Gives him the first out of this one, and that'll bring up the top of the order and second baseman, Mario Disso.
Yeah, I think it was a three-pitch at-bat. All three of those pitches were breaking balls, as Walker had a clear plan against the Outlaw 10-hitter, and he executed it to a T.
Absolutely. It looked like it went curveball, slider, curveball. Just a lot of action. There goes the runners. Double steal is on. First pitch was a breaking ball for a called strike. Both guys great jumps on the pitch. Now runners at second and third for the Outlaws with one away.
And the Outlaws are one of the best teams in the league in terms of swiping bags, and they've shown it so far in the early going. 3 stolen bases to open things up in the first 2 innings.
Fish in on the grass over at third base. 0-2 as the fastball is in there for a called strike to Disso.
Now Walker has to lock down here. He needs an out in the infield to keep those runners at bay.
Curveball, and that one just missing inside 1-2.
And that one was close. Dizzo ducked out of the way, but that one was just high of the zone.
Cooney on third, Martinez on second. The 1-2. That one is chopped foul up the first baseline. We'll try it again, 1-2.
Yeah, Walker's trusting his breaking ball a whole lot more in this second inning compared to the first. He's moving away from his heater, and it's working.
Absolutely. You see a lot of action from it. Nice to see, relying on it. When you can't locate that fastball and you can start locating the breaking balls, you can find yourself in some good spots. The 1-2, and that is a slider that swung on and missed, and Speaker will throw that one down to first base for the second out of the inning, a big strikeout. And that'll bring up the most dangerous hitter in this Outlaw lineup, who already has himself a single and a run, Devin Boone.
Yeah, and Walker matching his strikeout total from his last trip to Oneonta, already at 3 strikeouts, got his last 2 in a row.
Second and third, 2 away. 1-1 is your score here in Oneonta. First pitch is bounced in the dirt, and that'll get by Speaker, so Cooney will come around to score. Moving up to third base is Martinez, and just like that, the Outlaws have themselves a lead here with 2 away.
And both the runs allowed by Walker have been on wild pitches. Only 1 hit so far for the home team in Oneonta, and that 1 hit came from the guy at the dish right now.
One and 0. Walker out of the stretch with the runner on third. And that's a breaking ball in the dirt for a ball. 2-0. With the bases open for Boone, you got to wonder if he's just going to try and pitch around him, not allow him to get himself an RBI here. 2-0. That one is a fastball that bounces really hard into the leg of Speaker, who's able to make a nice stop, preserving that runner over there at third base. 3-0 now.
They can't afford another wild pitch. They've already seen quite a few so far in the early going from Walker. .50 pitches. Here's pitch number 51 on the night from Walker. And that one misses high for a ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to the shortstop, giving runners at the corners for the Outlaws. And that brings up the extra hitter, Henry Polinsky. Yeah, and the 5th walk allowed by Jack Walker, and that's his season high.
"15 stolen bases for Boone over there at first base. Gotta assume he is gonna think about it here. The first pitch, curveball, and that one misses at the eyes. Ball 1. Another lefty-lefty matchup.
And if you're Boone at first, why not get a free bag? Mason Speaker is probably not going to throw over to second and try and keep Martinez at third.
2 away here. There goes Boone. Swinging through that one is Polinsky, and he'll miss it. And that'll give runners in scoring position with 2 away. So the hit and run was on there. Polinsky swung at that one. Looked like a slider. 1-1 with 2 outs. Walker comes set and swung on and missed at that pitch outside. 1-2. Walker coming right after the extra hitter Polinsky here. Payoff. Breaking ball. That one's bounced straight up the middle. Goforth is in on it. Throw on to first is in time, and that'll end the inning. So 1 run comes across on no hits, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, no errors. We move now to the top of the third. Due up is the top of the order for the Stallions. Don't go anywhere. More baseball after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth. We are in the top of the 3rd inning here in Oneonta, brought to you by Jolly Cow, because everybody loves ice cream. Brett Heckert leading things off for the Stallions. Jake Sandridge on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. First pitch is a breaking ball in there for a called strike, 0-1 to the Stallion second baseman.
And this is Heckert's first game at the leadoff spot this year. Moved up to second in his game against Oneonta a few days ago.
Another breaking ball, and that one misses outside and in the dirt, evening the count 1-1. The 1-1. Fastball ripped in the 6-hole, and that'll get by the diving third baseman Pierre Antoni for a base hit. So Stallions get themselves another leadoff runner on base, and that'll bring up the shortstop Evan Goforth.
The PA system pointed out that Heckert's the man with the red batting gloves. Don't know if it's too out of the ordinary or something that you really need to mention.
Sandridge gets his sign. And that one clips the birthday boy, and he will trot up to first base. Runners at first and second now with nobody out, and that'll bring up Brandon Fish.
And definitely not a clip that the birthday boy would want. First they kind of go in on his red batting gloves, and then he gets hit in the shoulder area. But the second time he's reached base already.
Second time he's reached base. He'll take that. Didn't look like it hurt him too much. Not a lot of velo out of Sandridge. Heckert gets his lead off second. First pitch is a fastball upstairs, 1-0. Fish went down looking his first at bat. Not something that we have seen very much at all. Just his second strikeout in 9 games. Comes set, swinging through that one and fouling it straight back is Fish. Now 1-1 to the Stallion third baseman.
And that was Fish's first strikeout since June 24th against Oneonta.
Sandridge gets a sign from Imhoff. He comes set, checks Heckert at second. Breaking pitch is ripped down the right field line for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Heckert. Fish will get in there with an RBI double. Stallions tie this one back up at 2. Goforth in there at third base now with nobody out, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Jake Skrine.
That's just what the Stallions have done in recent days. When they get down in a half of an inning, they immediately fight and battle right back to tie and even take the lead. But Brandon Fish, we've seen just how good of a hitter he's been in these past couple of days, and just ripping that double down the right field line.
Good piece of hitting right there. Sandridge finding too much of the plate with that fastball. Fish sitting on it and waiting, ripping that one into that right field corner. Skrine up for his second at bat of the night. He already has a single to his name, and he takes a ball 1-0.
And it's now a 3-game hitting streak for Jake Skrine, and has a chance to pick up his first RBI since June 22nd against Utica in the second game of that doubleheader.
Those advanced analytics brought to you by Main Street Restaurant. They're the best Mexican restaurant in the Hudson Valley.
Also me.
Also, Barandis Analytics. 2-0 now as Skrine has to pull away from that off-speed pitch inside. Stallions in scoring position. Goforth over there at third base, who got on via the hit by pitch. Moved all the way from first to third on that RBI double from Brandon Fish just a moment ago. Still nobody out in this top of the third frame. Bouncing in the dirt for a ball 3-0 is Skrine, finding himself in a good spot here.
Skrine's walked in each of his last 3 games, so he's been really good at working the count and really putting up the pitch count of his opposing pitcher.
The 3-0 to Skrine. And he's 3-0 swinging. He rips that one into left field. Tagging is Goforth. The throw to the plate will be cut off. So the Stallions find themselves ahead in this one 3-2. Nice piece of hitting right there from Skrine, just missing extra bases.
Yeah, he went swinging 3-0, but it was still a productive out for Jake. Stallions able to retake the lead in this one.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Easton Bertrand. 1 out. Brandon Fish, the lone runner now on the bases for the Stallions. Sandridge comes set, checks twice the runner and Fish. First pitch breaking ball upstairs for a ball, 1-0.
And Easton walked his last time up back in the first. Was able to load the bases for the Stallions.
Skrine picking up his first RBI since that Utica double dip. And Bertrand fouls that one back straight into the netting, evening it up at 1.
Speaking of Utica, they were on a big winning streak just a couple of days ago. I think it was the longest winning streak in league history. And then the doubleheader with Amsterdam happened yesterday, and they lost both games.
Speaking of which, take a look at some of the scores around the league. Brought to you by Senator Michelle Hinchy. She represents you. Amsterdam up on Glens Falls 11-2. Albany Dutchman up 3-0 on Mohawk Valley. And that pitch misses inside. 2-1 now to the Stallion center fielder. Your reigning champion Stallions are up 3-2 in this one after putting up 2 in this top of the third frame. Brandon Fish gets his lead off second, swinging and fouling that one off into the umpire's leg, evening the count now 2-2.
And that one was just on the wide part of the strike zone, and Bertram was able to get kind of the top of his bat on it, just a little piece of it to keep himself in the count.
2-2. Still just the one out, courtesy of that sac fly from Jake Skrine just a few minutes ago. Sandridge will come set. Takes a look at Fish over there at second, and the breaking ball misses outside, bringing the count full now 3-2.
And Bertrand, another player for the Stallions in the portal, and he was coming off a collegiate visit yesterday. He missed yesterday's game because his plane got in late.
Plane got in late, but it sounds like he had a great visit. Hoping to see another one of those weights taken off his shoulders from a guy in the portal. The 3-2 fastball misses in on the hands, so that'll put Stallions at first and second with one away, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Garrison Berkeley.
Another walk for Easton Bertrand, his second on the day, and now Berkeley in a big RBI opportunity. Another portal player.
Another portal player. Berkeley playing pretty well as of late for your Stallions. He went 2 for 4 last night, as we mentioned. 4 multi-hit games on the year. OBP of 367 and slugging 395. First pitch swinging and fouling it up and out of play is Berkeley.
And the Stallions have had 3 walk-offs against the Outlaws so far this year, and the man who started it all was the guy at the plate in Garrison Berkeley.
Absolutely. Berkeley able to hit that line drive to the shortstop, and unable to make the play was the Outlaw shortstop, giving the Stallions that win at home, and that sort of snowballed, got the guys rolling 6 in a row after that. They kind of fell off a couple of games there in the middle, but continue to sort of bob and weave through this schedule. 0-1 missing, low 1-1, and you can see every day this Stallion team is sort of picking up more of an identity, and when you see guys like your starting pitcher not having a great night on the mound, the relief pitching on the back end picking them up, and we saw that last night when Brian Booley struggled early on, and he got picked up by everybody behind him. The 1-1. That one upstairs, 2-1 now.
And it really was a great relief outing from the Stallions, and Drake Quinn came in, played really well. Praxi Vigil came in. He got the 10th inning save, or the win actually he got.
Absolutely. You loved it. We were talking about it too. We love watching guys like Praxi pitch and Drake Quinn taking more of that mentality as well. Just attack the strike zone at all times, fill it up, challenge these hitters. And Praxi is really just not afraid of anybody. It's fun to watch guys like him play. And
another guy had his best outings as Stallion, Ryan Parker.
Ryan Parker filled it up consistently, and that was a lot of fun to watch. 3-1 to the Stallion left fielder as that fastball misses in the dirt for a ball. 1 out, Brandon Fish on second, Easton Bertrand in first. 2 runs already across this half inning. 3-2 is the score. Sandridge comes set. The pitch misses outside, and that'll load the bases full of Stallions for the extra hitter, the designated hitter, Garrett Michelle.
It's the 5th walk so far today for the Stallion offense, seeing the ball extremely well, as there'll be a mound visit for Oneonta. I don't think there's any action in their bullpen. I think it's just starting up, actually.
It's tough. We talked about it last night, as the Outlaws only have the 1 coach on their team, so anytime there's a mound visit, he could either be coming on as the pitching coach or the head coach to pull the guy. You never know. And as you said, Logan, it doesn't look like there's any action out there just yet, but it does appear that there's a couple of Outlaws heading out to the bullpen right now, one with a catcher's mitt, other with a pitching mitt.
And the coach for Oneonta, he's also their third base coach when they go up to bat too. So there's really no one on the bench, kind of when they're hitting. It's all the work of one guy.
Hats off to him, absolutely, having to police these college kids. It takes a better man than me to do something like that. So bases loaded. Brandon Fish over there at third, Easton Bertrand on second, and Garrison Berkeley over there at first base. 2 walks already in this inning. RBI double from Fish, a single from Heckert to start things off. The sac fly from Jake Skrine that scored Goforth. And the Stallions continue to roll with just 1 away. First pitch check swing. Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. Michelle down 0-1.
That's a tough call, and Michelle visibly disappointed after seeing that call and finds himself down in the count, but in a big situation to widen the Stallions' lead with the bases loaded.
One out. Sandridge comes set out of the stretch, and he bounces that one in the dirt, and corralling that one is Imhoff. He'll get a new baseball here with a 1-1 count to the DH Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle's got 4 RBIs in his last 2 games. Those were his first RBIs since June 18th in the Watertown game.
Yeah, Michelle was struggling. From June 18th to the 27th, he was 3 for 25 with 10 strikeouts. Still having, as of right now, an OBP of 391 and slugging 466. Taking a ball 2-1 now is the DH.
And Sandridge pitch count is in the mid-50s up to this point, and the Oneonta bullpen is actively now seeing some action.
Similar situation on the mound as the Stallions find themselves in. The 2-1 to Michelle. That one missing for a ball, up and away, 3-1. Dangerous Michelle finding himself in a really good spot here with just 1 away. And the bases full of ponies. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. 3-2 now, as the DH finds himself in a full count situation. Full count, full bases.
I hate to say it, Kyle, but I think he swung at ball 4. That one was in the lower part of the zone, and now Michelle in a full count scenario.
The 3-2. Breaking ball. I will stand on my soapbox and scream to heaven and earth that that was ball 4. That was a really tough break for the Stallion DH. Very unfortunate break, but this one's not over. Sandridge not out of this one yet, as David Shackleford will step in with 2 away.
Yeah, that was a really tough at-bat for Michelle. Took some close strike calls that were not too close to the zone, and Shackleford now in a big spot for Saugerties.
First pitch fastball, that one misses outside, 1-0.
Shaq does have 2 home runs on the year. His first one came in Game 1 of the Oneonta doubleheader, so he does have experience of putting up some big numbers against the Outlaws this year.
Sandridge comes set, the 1-0. That one's ripped into the 6-hole, into left field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home is Fish, and held up at third base is Bertrand. So the Stallions get themselves another run here in the top of the 3rd inning.
There you go, Shaq. That was a big hit out to that left side of the infield. It was a hard hit ball as well, and was able to advance all the other runners 90 feet, and now the Stallions up by 2.
Station to station, go your Stallions. That brings up the right fielder, Colin Mackel.
Yeah, Mackel was setting up to bunt his last time around, popped up to the catcher in Imhoff.
Take a little bit different approach here with the bases still loaded. First pitch, fastball missing outside, 1-0.
In his last 2 starts, Mackel has 2 hits in each of those games. It's on a 3-game hitting streak.
Had most of the game off last night. Tried to come on for a speed-up roll and was unable to do much with it. And that pitch is ripped out into right field. Back goes Martinez, back against the warning track, and he will make the catch, retiring the side, but not until the Stallions put 3 on the board in this half inning, courtesy of 3 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. You're listening to Stallion Baseball from the Ulster Savings broadcast booth. Don't go anywhere. More baseball after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball, brought to you all season long by Mike Yonta, Custom Masonry and Excavation, and by Mirabella's Restaurant. Perfect for friends and family tonight and every night. Sponsoring tonight's pregame meal was Mirabella's, and that was fantastic.
It's very good.
Leading off for the Outlaws is Evan Keegan, the designated hitter, and Jack Walker out on the mound for his third inning of work, throwing a breaking pitch that misses outside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, and Walker really trusted his breaking ball back in the second inning, found some success during that span.
Six lefty working downhill. Breaking pitch again, swung at and missed, evening the count, 1-1. Ball in the dirt, now 2-1 to the designated hitter in Keegan.
Yeah, the catcher and Mason Speaker has been really busy on that side of the dish. A lot of wild pitches early, and so a few pitches in the dirt he has had to work around at the catcher spot.
The 2-1, another breaking pitch fanned at 2-2 now, as Walker continues to fill it up with those breaking balls. And that one is a called strike 3. So Jack Walker able to sit down the designated hitter on strikes. And that strikeout is brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, our strikeout sponsor for the Stallions. And that brings up the first baseman, Dylan Perry.
And that curveball left Keegan flustered on that 3-strike pitch. Couldn't even get the bat off his shoulders. There's one out down for Walker very quickly.
First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1. So Walker, knock on wood, find himself in a bit of a groove here in the bottom of the third. Swung on and missed, 0-2 now, as the first baseman finds himself in a hole quickly here.
Walker with 4 Ks so far. He's got 2 swinging and 2 looking. One of those guys go down looking was Perry.
Breaking ball, that one just missing the inside part of the strike zone. Looked like it probably was just a little bit too low, 1-2.
He almost just went down looking again, Kyle.
The payoff. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. So Jack Walker getting himself a second strikeout of the night. Wow. That'll bring up the third baseman, Jeff Pierantoni.
And Walker is rolling right now. He's got three outs in a row dating back to the end of the second inning, and now looking for his first clean inning of the day and looking to kind of relax things in that Stallion bullpen just a bit.
First pitch misses low, 1-0. Check swing, no he did not, says the first base umpire.
Yeah, Walker trying to go back to the outside part of the zone, and it was just a little too far wide.
The 1-0. Checked his swing on the breaking ball. Yes, he did, says the first base umpire. So the count even here, 1-1 to the catcher, Pierantoni. Two away here. Stallions lead this one 4-2. Fastball outside for a ball, 2-1. Lefty on lefty matchup. Walker already 2 strikeouts in this one. In this half, if you will. And that curveball is in there for a called strike, evening the count here, 2-2.
Yeah, and Pierantoni's yet to swing in this at-bat, but all 4 pitches he's seen so far have been relatively close or in the zone.
Payoff. Breaking ball in the dirt, swung on and missed. Speaker will have to pick that one up, and he'll fire it down to first base, and that'll retire the side. So Jack Walker able to strike out the side here in the third inning. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball coming up right after this. 10-1-2 due up here in the Stallion half of this fourth inning. Mason Speaker, the catcher, will lead things off, and this half of the inning is brought to you by Montano's Shoe Store. The best athletes wear the best from Montano's. And by Peak Trading. Need it lifted up or tied down? Peak Trading has the supplies. Stallions in the driver's seat in this one, up 4-2 after that 3-run top of the third inning. Jack Walker making quick work of the Outlaws. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. First pitch to Speaker from Jake Sandridge is bounced in the dirt for a ball all the way to the backstop, 1-0.
And Speaker didn't really have too much of a chance in his last at-bat. He grounded into a double play with 2 runners on to end the second.
Second pitch of the at-bat is in there for a called strike, evening the count at 1. One. Curveball is swung on and missed. 1-2 to the Stallion catcher.
Speaker is having a great week on both sides of the dish. He has 2 consecutive pitching outings with 2 scoreless innings, and in his last time hitting went 2 for 2 with 2 doubles against Mohawk Valley.
Really finding himself a firm foothold in that two-way role, and that one is bounced in the dirt, off speed. Count even again now, 2-2. Brett Heckert awaiting on deck, the Stallion second baseman, who's currently 1 for 1 on the night with a run scored back in that third inning. Started things off for your Stallions. The 2-2 to Speaker. Breaking ball is popped up and out of play over the backstop. Look out, and we'll try it again, 2-2.
You see how much of a difference picking a picnic table would make. If we had chosen the picnic table out to our left, that would have been us in that position with a foul ball.
That would have been us, and that would have been us laying our lives on the line for our equipment. Absolutely. The 2-2 to Speaker. Sandridge out of the windup. Pitch, curveball bouncing in the dirt, bringing the count full 3-2. How about that for some incentive for the local Little Leaguers to collect foul balls? You bring a foul ball over to concession and you get some candy. Wow.
We've seen that in a few places in this league.
Smart. Oh, the 3-2 is swung on and missed. Good breaking ball there from Sandridge. Speaker knowing that he just missed that one. That'll bring up the second baseman, Brett Heckert, top of the order now for your Stallions.
And that pitch was on the higher part of the zone, too. If Speaker had just taken the pitch, there's a good chance that probably would have been ball 4, and the Stallions would have had a leadoff base runner for the 3rd straight inning.
First pitch, going right back to that changeup, is Sandridge. Loving it. 0-1 to Heckert. Back again with the changeup, and that one missing, even a count at 1 with 1 away. Top of the 4th, Stallions 4-2 lead, and bouncing ball foul, bringing the count now at 1-2 to the second baseman.
And Heckert's got 3 hits over his 3 games so far against the Outlaws. That doesn't include the single he had in his last time up today.
Swung on and missed. Sandridge making quick work of the first 2 batters he sees, going right back to that breaking ball. 2 away now as Evan Goforth will step in to try and keep things alive for the Stallions in this top of the 4th frame.
For both sides, the last 5 batters have been retired via the strikeout, so it's been a while since we've seen a ball put in play here.
Would be nice. The first offering is popped up, that first baseline, and it looks like it will get just foul. Sandridge again with that off speed, look like a changeup again. Just absolutely loving that pitch right now. There go the Little Leaguers trying to get themselves some Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, we've never really seen kids anywhere we've been so far this year running for foul balls as much as we've seen in Oneonta this year.
0-1 fastball missing upstairs, even a count at 1. So Sandridge struggling to locate that fastball. Looks like he's relying very, very heavily on these breaking pitches. time is called as the home plate umpire will wipe off home plate. Goforth already 1 for 1 in this one with 2 runs scored. Breaking ball again thrown out over the plate. Goforth swinging through that one, finding himself down in the count 1-2. Sandridge getting his sign from Imhoff. The payoff to Goforth. Another off speed, and that one bounces outside, not even close, 2-2.
It just occurs to me that Goforth's red batting gloves are probably because he's an Indiana Hoosier.
It's just now occurring to you. It
took me about 2 innings, about 1 inning, because Goforth last hit in the third.
2 innings too long, my friend. The 2-2. That one is ripped into left field, and that'll drop in there for a base hit. So the birthday boy gets himself on base for the 3rd time tonight, and that'll bring up the 3-hitter Brandon Fish with 2 away.
Hey, Goforth's turning 19 today. He's trying to get on base 19 times in this one. He's already at 3.
19 total bases wouldn't be too bad either. He's already got 9 so far in this one.
That's probably a more
realistic
reachable goal, yeah.
I'd agree. John is giving us the nod. He agrees as well.
And a yawn.
Fish rips the first pitch he sees, bouncing ball over to the second baseman, Disso, throw on to first to Perry, and that will retire the side here in Oneonta. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. We move now to the bottom of the 4th inning from Oneonta. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this break. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth. Stallion baseball all season long, brought to you by Praetorius and Conrad, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Land Surveying, and by the Rip Van Winkle Country Club. Bring your swing to the Rip. We are now in the bottom of the 4th inning. Stallions starting pitcher Jack Walker heads back out to the bump for his 4th inning of work. Due up for the Oneonta Outlaws is the catcher in the 7-hole, Max Imhoff. 7-8-9 due up for the Outlaws here.
And Walker is yet to pass inning number 4 so far on the year. The most he went in a start was his last start, where he went 3 1/3.
First pitch breaking ball in there for a called strike, 0-1. So both pitchers loving the off-speed stuff here tonight. Sun slowly beginning to fall below the mountains here in Oneonta. Just a beautiful view of the mountains. The 0-1. Fastball missing inside for a ball. Speaker unable to handle that one. Evening the count 1-1.
Yeah, you could definitely argue this backstop being one of the best in the league. Just the mountains right over the center field fence. As you're taking a picture of it right now, Kyle.
Taking a picture of all the beautiful sunsets we get to see this season. Swung on and missed. Walker burying that breaking pitch in the dirt. 1-2 now to the catcher in Imhoff. Walker kicks and deals. Thought about going around, but held up Imhoff there. That pitch in the dirt, even the count at 2 now with nobody out.
The action of the bullpen was quiet before back in the 3rd. Now it looks like the action's ramping up again. And I don't think it's Cold Course anymore. I think it's James Riley.
I believe it's James Riley. Is the 2-2 breaking ball, and that pitch is swung on and missed. So Jack Walker getting himself 4 strikeouts in a row here, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Connor Cooney.
4 in a row, 7 overall for Jack Walker, completely destroying his previous season high of 3.
Walker looking like he's finding a good foothold in this one. Seemed like he was able to calm down after that second inning. First pitch, fastball, misses low and away, 1-0. The lights are on here in Oneonta. The 1-0. Off speed and, not sure where, but it missed, 2-0.
Maybe just a little outside, but yeah, that is a tough ball for Jack Walker to take.
1 out. Walker out of the windup, and that one, another breaking ball, that misses low and in. 3-0 now to the left fielder, Cooney. Cooney, a .225 hitter going into this one with 11 strikeouts to his name. 3-0, that's in there. Fastball called strike 1, 3-1.
Here's an interesting stat from my analytics department of me.
Let's hear it.
There has not been a flyout hit by Oneonta yet today.
Well, how about that? You are right. And that one is ripped into the 6-hole, and that'll get down for a base hit. Berkeley able to corral that one and fire it back into the infield. So a runner on first with 1 away. That brings up the right fielder, Tyler Martinez, and that breaks the 4 straight hitters down on strikes for Jack Walker.
And the outfield getting some movement on that one as Cooney able to reach for his second straight time up, and now Martinez going to be up.
First pitch, breaking pitch, and missing upstairs and outside, 1-0.
But going back to my previous point, there have been 10 outs retired by Jack Walker so far today, 7 on the strikeout. The other 3 have been groundouts.
How about that for the advanced analytics? Thank you, Mr. Barandis. The 1-0, that's another breaking ball, and that one's bounced into the backstop, 1-1. Lots of mean breaking stuff from both of these starting pitchers. Has to be kind of irritating at the dish, seeing everything just bend in and away from you all night. 1-1 with 1 out. Walker will throw over to first base. Nothing doing. Not his A move for sure. May be his C or D move, as Walker's just checking in on Cooney right there.
And the throw barely got to Skrine over at first.
Throw did barely get there. Try it here, 1-1, and Walker throws over again. That one a little bit better of a throw.
That one may be a B move.
B move, we'll call it a B move. Looking forward to seeing the A move eventually. Cooney on first via the 1 out hit to left field. 1-1's account to the right fielder, Martinez. Curveball. Again, not sure where, but it had to miss somehow. 2-1 now.
Some umpire just not favoring those outside pitches. Another one that could have found the strike zone, but he ruled otherwise.
The 2-1. Another breaking ball, and that's swung on and missed. Count even now, 2-2.
It's just nasty breaking stuff from Jack Walker. When he is on, he is going to be hard to stop for any opposing hitter moving forward this year.
That one looked like it was probably more of his slider running in on the hands of Martinez. And the curveball, and that one is tipped into the glove of Speaker, giving another strikeout to Walker. That's strikeout number
8.
8 strikeouts for Jack Walker. That is just fantastic. Finding himself in and out of trouble, bobbing and weaving all throughout the night, and that'll bring up with 2 away the center fielder, then 10 hitter Tyler Sauceville. First pitch breaking ball to Sauceville, and that misses inside for a ball, 1-0.
This stat might be a harder one for me to find, but I think for a Stallion this year, Walker's thrown the most amount of strikeouts in a game this year.
I think you're definitely right on that. I'd have to assume as much. So he'll throw over to Cooney again at first base, checking in on him, make sure he's okay over there. No base runners have had to get dirty on any of these pickoff moves, as Walker's not trying to do too much, just keep him honest over there at the first base bag. The 1-0. And that one bounces in the dirt for a ball. 2-0. Looked like a changeup that time.
Yeah, it looked like a changeup, but just missed the zone low. Taking a quick look at Walker's last year at Indiana, he was a strikeout thrower that year as well. 20 strikeouts in 19 innings, so he did like to get a lot of those outs by himself.
2-0. There goes the runner. Throw down to second is not in time, as he will get in there with a stolen base. Cooney and the infield umpire almost blew out an ACL there, getting out of the way of Speaker's throw.
He did take a tumble, and by the time the runner in Cooney got into second, he was basically on the ground. So it's kind of going to be a hard one for him to rule, but it was a good throw from Speaker, just a better slide from Cooney.
Another breaking ball, good pitch to steal on. 3-0 as that one missed. And the fastball missing outside, so that'll put runners at first and second with 2 away. Time is called, and head coach Colin Martin will take the walk out to the mound, and we'll get a call to the bullpen. Who's taking over? Find out right after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth as the Stallions make a Dallas Hot Wiener call to the bullpen. Dallas Hot Wieners bringing the hot sauce out of the bullpen. Taking over on the mound and inheriting runners at first and second will be the right-handed pitcher, James Riley. Mario Disso at the dish, the top of the order now for the Outlaws in the left-handed hitting second baseman. First pitch swinging, chopping that over to the shortstop. Goforth. He'll throw it on to second just in time with Brett Heckert covering over there to retire the side. So one quick pitch gets the Stallions out of the inning. Absolute efficiency from your reliever in James Riley. We head now to the top of the fifth inning. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this one. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth. We are now in the top of the fifth frame as the first baseman, Jake Scrine, will lead things off for your Stallions. 4-5-6 in this one. First offering to Scrine is inside on the hands for a ball, 1-0, as Sandridge is out on the mound for his fifth inning of work.
And Scrine's had a great day so far, a single and a sacrifice fly with an RBI mixed in.
1-0 change up there, in there for a called strike, even to count at 1. You said it, Scrine with that sac fly opened the scoring in that third inning. And that one barely missing the jersey of Scrine. He'll jump out of the way, 2-1 now to the first baseman.
That Oneonta bullpen continues to see some action out towards our left, so we'll see if the pitcher and Sandridge can get through inning number 5.
Swung through that one, fouling it into the catcher's mitt is Scrine, as the count is even here at 2.
Sandridge pitch count in the mid-80s to this point.
The 2-2. Breaking ball bounces in the dirt and out of Imhoff's peripherals, bringing the count full now, 3-2.
It's the second time that Scrine's worked it to a 3-ball count so far today. He swung 3-0 his last time up and got that sacrifice fly.
Nobody out. The 3-2 to Scrine. And very, very, very delayed call there from the home plate umpire, as Scrine was about halfway up the first baseline before he got rung up on that breaking ball. That seemed a little spiteful from the home plate umpire. Nonetheless, we move on, and that'll bring up the center fielder, the 5-hitter Easton Bertrand. First pitch off speed, missing, lone away for a ball, 1-0.
And Bertrand's walked in both of his 2 at-bats so far.
The 1-0. Fouled that one straight back into the backstop, bringing the count now at 1-1. The 86 pitch from Sandridge. That one misses outside. 2-1 now, as Imhoff lets that one trickle all the way to the backstop. Garrison Berkeley awaits on deck. Sandridge out of the windup, gets his sign. The 2-1. That one is ripped up the third baseline. Look out, Adam Cray, as he takes a tumble. Oh, that one is going to go all over the Stallion social media.
John, did you get a good shot of that one? Yeah, I think he's shaking his head no, so unfortunately we cannot put that all over our social media. Adam Cray basically doing like a back roll to get out of the way to the third base bag. Got the applause from the Oneonta bench.
2-2 breaking ball, and that one freezes Bertrand at the dish, and he'll go down looking for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Garrison Berkeley, out of the 6-hole.
2 bad things happening in that last minute. Bertrand struck out looking, and John did not get a good shot of the Adam Cray tumble. So very sorry to all you fans out there.
Very unfortunate. If you see me at Cantine, ask me, and I will describe every inch of that moment for you. The first pitch to Berkeley is in there for a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Sandridge locating that fastball a little bit better this half of the inning, mixing it up a lot better in this one. Already has 2 looking strikeouts. Breaking ball is bounced over to the third baseman. On it is Pierantoni. He'll fire it over to first base, and that'll retire the side. Stallions go down in order in the top of the 5th. We move now to the bottom half of the inning. Stallions still leading here, 4-2. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball from Oneonta right after this. Welcome back to the Traveling Ulster Savings broadcast booth. We are here in Oneonta for the 5th inning of baseball, brought to you by the Saugerties Athletic Association, where having fun is what matters. Leading off is the shortstop, Devin Boone, for the Outlaws.
And James Riley coming in for his first full inning of work, and he's someone that's gotten a lot of length in his 5 outings. This is his first against Oneonta. Last time out, June 28th against Mohawk Valley, when 2 innings didn't allow a run.
First pitch swing is Boone as he fouls out and into the catcher's mitt of Speaker 0-1. Take a look now at Jack Walker's final stat line. 3 2/3, 6 walks, 2 hits, and 8 strikeouts. So struggled a little bit in the early going, but was able to figure it out towards the tail end, and then finally faltered off after 85 pitches. And the second pitch of the at-bat is a fastball that misses inside, 1-1.
And Boone's had a great day at the plate so far. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. 2 stolen bases as well.
2 stolen bases, came around to score in that first inning. The 1-1 is blooped over into shallow center field. In on is Bertrand, and he will make the running grab. Nice play there from the Stallion center fielder. 1 away. That'll bring up the extra hitter, Henry Polinsky, the 3-hitter in this Outlaw lineup.
And there it is, the first flyout of the game for the Outlaws, and probably going to see a lot more down the road. Riley, more of a pitch-to-contact type guy, doesn't really hammer hitters down as much as Walker does.
And not much of a flyout either. Is that one you could argue is a little bit of a pop-out. And that's just me being, semantics. First pitch to Polinsky downstairs for a ball, 1-0. But you are correct. That's the first retired via the ball in the air into the outfield.
Only the second combined today, too.
Second pitch of the at-bat misses downstairs, 2-0 to the extra hitter Polinsky.
Colin Mackel flew out to right in the third, and that was the only time the Stallions got a fly out as well.
And Mackel just about tore the cover off the baseball with that one. Martinez having to go all the way back to the warning track, and that was a bases-loaded ball, too. That would have really opened things up here in Oneonta. The 2-0 fastball on the outer half called a strike there. Nice pitch from Riley to get back into this at-bat. Riley out of the stretch with nobody on. And that looked like the changeup that we've seen quite a lot, and it's bounced up and foul up that first baseline. Bring the count now even at 2-2. 1 out, 4-2 is your score. Thanks to that 3-run third inning where a lot of Stallions, all hands on deck in that one. And swung on and missed. Down goes Polinsky on strikes for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Evan Keegan, the designated hitter, out of the 4 spot.
That was a beautiful breaking ball from James Riley to get his first strikeout of the day, and he's retired his first 3 hitters.
Very efficient as well is Riley. And the first pitch to Keegan is bounced up to the pitcher's mound, and Riley will be able to make the throw over to first base. Covering the bag is Scrine, and that will retire the inning, retiring the side in order. Due up next half inning for your Stallions. 7-8-9, Michelle, Shackleford, Mackel. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after the break. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball from the Ulster Savings broadcast booth, brought to you by Sawyer Chevrolet and Sawyer Motors. The Sawyer Motors Car Show takes over Saugerties Sunday, July 7th. Garrett Michelle will lead things off as Jake Sandridge will head back out to the mound for his 5th inning of work here in Oneonta. First pitch, breaking ball to Michelle, misses inside for a ball, 1-0.
I think it's 6th inning of work.
6th inning of work is correct. Me and math, we are not good friends. The 1-0. That one outside for a ball, 2-0. Struggling with that fastball is Sandridge. The 2-0 big hack out of Michelle. Tonight's designated hitter swung and missed, 2-1. That one misses downstairs for a ball, 3-1 now to Michelle.
And Michelle gone deep into the counts, and in each of his first 2 at-bats, worked a walk and then struck out in a 3-2 pitch his last go-around.
2-1 is swung through, evening the count at 2.
It's actually a full count, I believe. Is the
now it's a
umpire's
full
voicing
count.
out.
Yes, you are correct. I keep trusting the home scoreboard, and I need to just rely on you, Logan. That's all we need. A little bit more Barandis in our lives. A 3-2. That one is fouled up and out of play. We'll try it again. Full count.
If Michelle went deep and we've had to cut that a highlight for socials, and the last thing you said before was a little Barandis in your lives,
that would not have made the tape. I don't know where there would have been lost tapes, I think. I don't know. It'd be a shame. Sandridge gets it signed from Eidhoff. The 3-2. And that one fouled straight back as Michelle continues to battle up there, and we'll try it again. The lights are coming on here, and they are fully on, and lights everywhere are brought to you by Richards Electric. When the lights go out, call Richards. Richards Electric. The 3-2 to fit to Michelle. And that was a slider, it looks like. Called strike 3. Down goes Michelle. That's his 2nd time going down looking tonight, and that'll bring up the extra hitter, David Shackleford.
in each of Michelle's last 2 at-bats, kind of going down in a very similar way, in which he thought that strike 3 would end up being ball 4, but both times he thought wrong, and there's your first out in the top of the 6th.
First offering to Shaq is upstairs for a ball, 1-0. And it looks like tonight's home plate umpire is more vertically oriented with his strike zone, calling a lot more low than he is anything outside off the plate. So Stallions hitters are definitely going to need to make that adjustment in this one, as that curveball gets behind the head of Shackleford all the way to the backstop, 2-0 now.
He was lucky they didn't hit his bat. That was actually really close to catching the top end of it and it being strike 1.
Would have been a shame if that happened. But Shackleford finding himself in a hitter's count now, 2-0. The bending ball bounces in the dirt, 3-0. Sandridge finding himself down in the count as action continues in this Outlaw bullpen. It looks like whoever is out there is ready to go. 3-0 fastball, and that one misses outside. Ball 4, so 1 out. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Colin Mackel.
And Sandridge now over 100 pitches. This is the 2nd time this week that the Stallions have faced a pitcher who has thrown 100 or more pitches. The last time was against Glens Falls, where it was Shock, the reliever in that game, through the last 7 innings and just wasn't taken out whatsoever.
You'd have to assume that this is probably the last hitter that Sandridge will face in Mackel. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Yeah, Mackel almost had a big home run his last time up. He hit one out to the warning track in the right field side his last go-around.
And that ball is ripped over to the second baseman, Disso. Will fire to second for 1, on to first, and that will retire the side. 4-6-3 double play. So the Stallions go down in order in the top half of the 6th inning. 4-2 as the reigning champs still take control of this one. We move now to the home half of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. More baseball right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball, brought to you by Stella Artois. Grab an ice cold Stella at the Stallions watering trough. And by Steyer's, celebrating over 50 years of keeping you on the road. We are now in the bottom of the 6th inning here in Oneonta as Dylan Perry, the first baseman, will step into that lefty batter's box. And James Riley out on the mound for another inning of work. First pitch bounces low for a ball, 1-0. Second pitch of the at-bat, outside, called strike one, even here, 1-1.
And so far in the Oneonta lineup, Perry the only person to strike out multiple times.
That pitch is ripped up the first baseline and foul, says the first base umpire. So Perry finding himself down 1-2 as he broke his bat, and he'll need a new piece of lumber.
Yeah, I don't think that was ruled foul until that went into Skrine's glove at first.
Some delayed calls here from this this umpiring crew. Seen a bunch of delayed calls at the dish, for sure. So Perry gets himself a new piece of bat. Looks like a nice Marucci. 1-2 is the count. James Riley out on the mound, still out of the stretch. The 1-2 fastball that misses low for a ball. 2-2 now to the first baseman and Perry.
Yeah, Riley hasn't walked too many hitters so far this year. In its 5 outings, just 4 walks.
2-2. Fastball just misses outside, bringing the count full now, 3-2. Riley coming set, the 3-2 pitch, and that one is swung on and missed. So down goes Perry on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that will bring up the third baseman, Jeff Pierantoni.
There's the hat trick for Perry. This 3rd time he struck out today. 2 times swinging, 1 time looking.
It's a shame as the home crowd in Cantine is missing out on 2-for-1s. Really big shame right there.
A pretty big success rate for whoever we pick.
Oh, absolutely. First pitch looked like a breaking ball there. Missing inside on the hands of the left-handed hitter, 1-0.
We would have had an 80% chance of getting the K-Man right if we were a Cantine right now.
Wow. That's not bad. 1-0 is swung on and missed. 1-1 is your count. That one is ripped up the third baseline, and that will be a foul ball. So Pierantoni down in the count now, 1-2.
And Pierantoni, another strikeout victim his last time around, was the 3rd man to go down when Jack Walker struck out the side back in the 3rd.
No more action in either bullpen here as the 1-2 is ripped into left field and making a fantastic grab over there at shortstop is Evan Goforth. Wow. Full extension in that 6-hole, shallow left field. Incredible play, Evan Goforth.
The birthday boy doing it all today for the Stallions. He's getting on base and making a great play defensively at the shortstop position for the 2nd out. What a play.
And that one warranted a applause from the home crowd here in Oneonta. Happy birthday, Mr. Goforth. Have a day. 2 outs. First pitch off speed, misses outside for a ball. 1-0 to the catcher, Max Imhoff.
And unlike with the Adam Cray play, John Drager pumping his fist, he got that footage.
And that one, chin music going straight to the backstop. Count now 2-0 to the catcher in Imhoff.
Yeah, that one just off the top of the glove of Mason Speaker, the catcher, and his glove was basically right at the face of Imhoff.
2-0, Riley coming set, nobody on, and that fastball is bounced for a ball, 3-0. Wow. It took me a second there to even realize where the baseball went. It just disappeared. It was a bloopy little line drive, not the hardest hit ball, but able to make an incredible full extension grab is Goforth. 3-0, that one misses outside, so a 4-pitch walk to the catcher with 2 away, bringing up Connor Cooney, the left fielder.
Yeah, and going back to that go forth play, and that's been kind of the that's kind of been the main thing that the Stallions have been missing, just defensive play from the shortstop position. Alex Rodriguez provided it, and he provided a ton of it early in the season, but he started having a good stretch of game with multiple errors, and now Goforth, he's filled in on occasion and making a great play there.
Swung on and missed at that fastball. Cooney a little tardy on that swing, 0-1. Action back up in that Oneonta bullpen as a right-hander continues to toss, and we assume that he'll probably come out for this next inning. Went at the bunt attempt and tried to pull it back, but he did not in time. 0-2 now to the left fielder. Speaking of activity, there's action in the bullpen, but there's some action in the Saugerties Stallion YouTube comments. We're seeing some flooding of some Outlaws, and to all you Pony fans out there, all you faithful Stallions, there goes the runner. Throw to second. Not in time, as Imhoff barely able to get in there with the stolen base. And back to what I was saying, we would appreciate if some of these you faithful Stallion fans would flood some comments back and let them know that we are here and we are ready. 1-2 as that one missed low. And that pitch is swung at and fouled into the catcher's mitt of Speaker, who's able to hold on for the out. So down go the Outlaws. 4 up, 3 down, 2 strikeouts in that one. A fantastic play from Goforth over at shortstop. 4-2 is your score as the reigning champ Stallions will head up for their 7th plate appearance of the night. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to the Traveling Ulster Savings broadcast booth, where the bus from Saugerties has landed us in Oneonta. We are in the 7th inning now, as a new pitcher will come out to the mound. Right-hander Kyle Mahady. Jake Sandridge throwing pretty well tonight. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 5 walks, 6 hits, 4 runs, all of which earned. Stepping into the box is the catcher, Mason Speaker, the 10-hitter tonight. First pitch of the at-bat is a fastball in there for a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
And Sandridge allowed all of his runs in the third inning or before that, but after that he locked down and threw a lot of pitches to do so.
5 strikeouts in those 3 innings, as the Stallions have been kept pretty quiet since, and 1-1 as that pitch misses low from Mahady.
Meanwhile, Mahady, coming over from St. Peter's University, had an 8.81 ERA with 33 strikeouts.
Swung on and missed at that one upstairs, 1-2. Speaker going to have to shorten that swing up with 2 strikes now. On deck is the top of the order in the second baseman, Brett Heckert from Allegheny. The 1-2 to Speak. That one is popped up into right field. On it is Martinez, and he will make the play up that right field line for the first out. Brett Heckert stepping into the box now.
And that hit very similar to the Colin Mackel hit that we saw a couple innings ago. It was given a ride out towards right field in the warning track territory. Speaker's just a bit towards foul territory, but nonetheless will still hit a pretty decent bit.
Slightly longer swing from Speaker there. Needs to shorten it up with 2 strikes. First pitch swinging is Heckert. Making the nice play is Pierantoni. Throw on to first on a hop. Making a nice scoop at first base is Perry, and that will retire Heckert for the second out of the inning. Bringing up Evan Goforth.
Goforth's had a great day all around so far. Made that great play at shortstop in the last half inning, and he's the only Stallion to have more than 2 hits. The only player on either side to have more than a hit. He has 2 hits so far today, which ties the amount of hits that Oneonta has today.
How about them apples? The birthday boy is playing a great night of baseball here. First pitch almost clips him again as he has to jump out of the way, 1-0. Dead quiet is this Oneonta crowd right now, down 4-2 in the 7th inning. Breaking ball misses low for a ball, 2-0. The 2-0. That one missing for a ball, 3-0. As it looked like the home plate umpire was going to give us another one of those delayed strike calls, but he held off.
We've seen a lot of those so far today, but Goforth been seeing the ball exceptionally well.
The 3-0 to Goforth is in there for a called strike. 3-1 as Goforth still way ahead in this one. Mahady very Craig Kimbrell-esque out of the stretch and putting one of those, that left arm at a 90-degree angle. Ball 4, he walked him. Goforth trots up to first base, bringing him over there for his 4th time of the night. And that'll bring up for his 4th plate appearance, Brandon Fish, the 3rd baseman.
And we're tracking to see if Goforth is going to reach that number 19, which kind of seems a little harder after he didn't advance after his last single. He is at 10 total bases.
10 total bases, certainly not out of reach yet. First pitch breaking ball inside for a called strike, 0-1.
I think it kind of is out of reach. He would need to go home here. He would need probably another home run and a double or something like that.
The 0-1. There goes Goforth. Great pitch to steal on. Breaking ball in the dirt, and he will get in there without a throw. So Stallions get a runner in scoring position here with that Benson steal.
Okay, now he's at 11. 11 total bases so far today. It's pretty good.
Continues to chip away.
Not too shabby.
Hoping to see him at that 19 mark. That would be great for this Stallion offense. 1-1's the count to Fish. 2 outs, and he flies that one out into center field. Back goes Sauceville, and making the grab just in front of that warning track, and that will retire the side. So 1 runner left on via the walk. No errors and no hits. We move now to the bottom of the 7th inning as it's stretch time here in Oneonta. Don't go anywhere. Your Stallions lead this one 4-2. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Traveling Ulster Savings broadcast booth. Stallion Baseball brought to you by The Facility, promoting physical fitness and athleticism in a fun, safe environment. First pitch of the at-bat is downstairs for a ball 1-0 as the right fielder Tyler Martinez will step in.
And James Riley's pitched 2 1/3 innings of hitless baseball so far. He did allow one base runner on a walk his last inning.
That one is fouled up and out of play, even to count here 1-1 to the right fielder Martinez.
Stallion bullpen still quiet. James Riley has pitched 4 innings in 2 of his outings so far this year, so he has gotten them some length.
The 1-1 is in there for a called strike. Riley making quick work of Martinez. 1-2. Payoff. And that changeup just missing outside, evening the count here 2-2.
I'll hand it to the umpiring crew. They've been very consistent on that outside part of the zone, just not giving it to any pitcher today.
All you can ask for is consistency, and swung on and missed as James Riley continues to be as efficient as you like. Down goes Martinez, and that'll bring up the bottom of the order center fielder Tyler Sauceville.
When he first checked in, I called James Riley a pitch-to-contact guy, and he now has a season high of 4 strikeouts.
First offering is swung at and fouled into the netting to the left-handed hitting Sauceville. 0-1.
You really see a positive broadcast jinx, and I think I provided that for Riley today.
In a good way this time. The 0-1, and that one is fouled off speaker. 0-2. Speaking of Sauceville, I've heard of Flavortown, but never Sauceville.
It's probably somewhere out there.
They have to be, near each other, right? It's like right next to Timbuktu. You take a left on the turnpike and you're there.
If Guy Fieri makes a spin-off show, I feel like that would be the name.
Would be pretty good. 0-2 to Sauceville, the center fielder. And that one misses outside for a ball. 1-2. Payoff. And the off-speed pitch misses outside for a ball. 2-2 now.
That one just high from Riley, but that breaking pitch had Sauceville kind of fooled.
Riley gets a sign from speaker. Comes set, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Down goes Sauceville. So Riley rolling here. 3 strikeouts in a row. That's 2 away now. And that'll bring up the top of the order, second baseman Mario Disso.
It's 3 in a row and 5 overall for James Riley, and all 5 have been swinging strikeouts.
Pitch to contact hitter who is not getting much contact tonight. Left-handed hitting Disso steps into the box. Looks at a first pitch, fastball in there for a called strike. Disso, his 4th appearance of the night at the dish. Currently 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Second pitch of the at-bat misses outside for a ball. 1-1. Devin Boone, the shortstop, awaits on deck. 1-1. Inside for a ball. 2-1 now to the second baseman.
And Dizzo 0 for 3 so far today. Has grounded out twice and struck out back in the second.
Riley getting his sign from speaker. Out of the stretch with nobody on. The 2-1. That one is fouled out of play into the netting. Knotting it up 2-2 now with 2 away.
And Riley's now thrown exactly 50 pitches so far. See if this inning's his last or if he's another one in him. No action in the Stallions bullpen. Oneonta's seeing some new arms throwing.
2-2. That one is poked out and foul up that left field line and into the Oneonta bullpen. So Riley has his 6th strikeout of the night in his sights here with 2 away. Fireworks are blasting off here in Oneonta. No fireworks on the field here tonight so far. 2-2, and that one is popped up and out of play. We'll try it again, 2-2. Infield playing straight up here to the second baseman. It's 2-2. That one is bounced straight back, fouling off, and continuing to battle at the dish is Disso.
And at the start of the game, we saw a lot of bells and horns ringing from the stands over to the left of us. It's been relatively quiet after the third inning where the Stallions retook the lead.
Absolutely. The momentum and energy was sucked right out of this Oneonta crowd. The 2-2. That one is ripped into left field. In on it is Berkeley, and he will make the grab. And that'll retire the side in order. We'll move now to the top of the 8th inning. Your score 4-2. Due up Jake Scrine, Easton Bertrand, Garrison Berkeley. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball coming up right after this short intermission. Welcome back to Oneonta, where your Stallion, your reigning champion Saugerties Stallions, are ahead in this one, 4-2. And this half of the inning is brought to you by the Emerson Resort. Treat yourself to a getaway at the Emerson. And by the Ulster Federal Credit Union. Get rewarded with Ulster Federal Credit Union. Jake Scrine is due up to lead things off here in this top of the 8th inning. First pitch breaking ball from Haiti is outside for a ball, 1-0.
And Scrine 1 for 2 so far today. Singled back in the first for his lone hit. Does have an RBI and a sacrifice fly earlier on.
1-0 is bounced over to the shortstop, Boone. Now one kicks off the glove of Boone, and not even throwing that ball, as Scrine will get in there with that E6. And the catcher, Imhoff, took a bit of a tumble trying to back up the throw to first base over the bat of Scrine. So glad to see that he's okay. That'll bring up Easton Bertrand.
Yeah, I think that kicked off the chest of Boone, the shortstop. It took a really bad hop right when the ball was about to be fielded by him, and Scrine able to get on as a leadoff base runner.
Bad hop, hit him right in the hands. First pitch swinging is Bertrand, back at the wall, and that one is just shy of a home run as Bertrand rounds second, heads for third. He will get in there with an RBI triple. Wow, what a big swing of the bat, Mr. Bertrand.
That one just kept going and going out into that left field side and just kicked off that left field wall. And Bertrand, in his last game, hit a home run, and following that up with an RBI triple to extend this lead for Saugerties.
Just a couple of feet shy of that 2-run blast. Nonetheless, gets himself all the way over to third base with nobody out. giving the Stallions the 5-2 lead, and that brings up the left fielder, Garrison Berkeley, the 6-hitter.
I thought that was gone initially, and I made the same mistake last time we were at Oneonta with one of their hitters, and now it happens again with a Stallion.
First pitch swinging is Berkeley, 0-1, and I right there with you. That one looked like it was going to go and keep on going.
You didn't make the mistake of saying that when you were on air, though.
That's true. I learned from you guys. I appreciate it. 0-1. That one low, ruled a strike anyway, 0-2. Bertrand finding himself on the base for his third time tonight. We'll see if he can come any further from third base. And that one inside for a ball, 1-2.
And the other 2 times were both on walks for Easton, so finally able to put the ball in play for the first time today. And Berkeley looking for his first hit as well.
He hit that ball so high and so hard, too. The 1-2, that one's bounced foul up the first baseline, so Berkeley able to fight to stay alive in this one.
During this first month of the year, home or away, I don't think we've seen any balls in this league hit harder than by anyone but Easton Bertrand.
Oh, absolutely. And not even talking about the home run, you're definitely going back to his first few hits, and cover of the baseball could have gotten ripped off at any point as Berkeley looks at that one for a ball outside, 2-2.
I think the one that stands out to me was one of his triples back at Cantine. He had a triple and a single that game. They were both some of the harder hit balls I've seen in my life.
Absolutely. Both, I remember that base hit to left field, screamer, and breaking ball down on strikes goes Berkeley, throwing up to third to try and catch Bertrand napping, but he'll get back in there safely. Berkeley unfortunately going down on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up tonight's designated hitter, Garrett Michelle.
And it's the first time that Berkeley struck out today. A lot of strikeouts combined from both sides in this one. In total, I'm trying to do the math really quick, I think 8 strikeouts for the Stallions.
First pitch swing is Michelle, strike 1.
And 2 of those strikeouts have gone against Garrett Michelle. Both of them have been on full count pitches.
And he rips that one over to the second baseman, and in is the infield as Bertrand is going to be caught in between home and third. Here's the rundown. The pitcher, Mahady, has it. Avoiding the tag is Bertrand. No, the home plate umpire says he is out. And that was very, very close. Wow. Michelle able to be heads up there on that fielder's choice play, getting all the way up to second base. So the Stallions still have a runner in scoring position, and that'll bring up the extra hitter, David Shackleford.
For a second there, it looked like the Minnesota athlete was playing for the Golden Gophers football team. Almost made a really good juke out on that third baseline to try and steal a run away, but nonetheless, he was ruled out on a hard hit ball from Michelle.
2 away, 1 run already across, courtesy of that Easton Bertrand RBI triple just a few moments ago. Garrett Michelle getting his lead off second base. Shackleford will call time and restart. Kyle Mahady still out on the mound for the Outlaws.
Not even sure what you call that play. I'm just calling it a fielder's choice.
Fielder's choice, and I just put 4-1. Keep it simple for myself. In there for a called strike is that breaking ball, 0-1.
Even though there were a lot more throws than just that one.
There were certainly, it went 4-1, 4-2, 5-1, I believe.
Even that I don't think is enough.
I don't think so either. You're right. You're absolutely right. 0-1. Bouncing in the dirt is that off-speed pitch, even the count out 1-1. Imhoff able to make a nice stop back there to keep Michelle at second base. Michelle even in the count, 1-1 with 2 away. Colin Mackel awaits on deck. Mahady gets it signed, delivers. Fastball outside for a called strike. Now in a hole, 1-2.
Yeah, now Shaq forced a battle here in this count. He's reached base in all 3 of his prior at-bats with 2 walks and a single.
Mahady out of the stretch, checking the runner in Michelle. The 1-2, breaking pitches bounce up the middle. Diving stop is Boone, And not in time is the throw, but he's able to save a run there. Nice defensive stop there from Boone regardless, and that'll be an infield single for Shack, putting Stallions at the corners with 2 away, bringing up the right fielder, Colin Mackel.
And Shaq now joining Evan Goforth as the only 2 players to reach base in all 4 of their at-bats, and both have done so with 2 hits.
First and third, 2 away. Mackel stepping in for his 4th at-bat of the evening. So far hitless on the night. First pitch to him is a ball, 1-0. Eight hits for your Stallions, just 1 in this half of the inning. 2, excuse me. There goes Shaq from first. Throw to second. And don't know. Looks like he got him, but tough call there. Shaq ends the inning on caught stealing. Now to retire the side for the Stallions. Not before they're able to tack on an insurance run. Brought to you by Hell's Mortal Realty and Insurance, sponsor of Stallion Insurance. 5-2 is your score. We head now to the bottom of the 8th inning. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth, bringing you all Stallion baseball all season long. Your reigning champs are up 3 runs, 5-2. We are now in the bottom of the 8th inning, brought to you by Ulster Savings, your full-service bank from checking to loans, insurance, and investment services. Head on over to Ulster Savings. We are now in this home half of the 8th inning. Leading off for the Outlaws is the shortstop, Devin Boone, the dangerous .333 hitter. James Riley out on the mound for his
I believe it's 4th full inning. He had that 1 out when he came in.
See, we just finish each other's sentences. That's all we do here. The first pitch to Boone misses for a ball, 1-0. In there for a called strike, 1-1.
And Riley's seen a lot of action so far in this one. The Stallions bullpen continues to be quiet.
And that one misses for a ball, 2-1 now to Devin Boone, the shortstop. Bouncing ball up the middle. On it is Goforth, and the throw into first. Whoo, not in time as Boone is able to leg out an infield single. Really tough play there. The speedster sprinting up the line. Goforth just a little tardy on the throw. That'll bring up Henry Polinsky, the 3-hitter and extra hitter tonight.
I'm going to be honest, Kyle. I thought Goforth got him. It was a bang-bang play out on the first base bag, but that is now the first hit that Riley's allowed in this one. The first hit for the Outlaws since back in the fourth.
Tough break there as the first pitch to Plinsky is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Riley checks the runner in Boone, who gets a late lead off that first base bag, getting a decent one too. Popping that one up is Polinsky into left center field. Under it is Berkeley calling off Easton Bertrand out there in the alley. Can of corn for the first out. And that'll bring up Evan Keegan, the designated hitter.
Yeah, before this inning, Riley's only allowed one other base runner in this one. That was when Imhoff forced a walk back in the sixth. So it's been a while since Riley has had to work from the stretch.
Having to. He loves working out of the stretch, though, with nobody on. You got to remember that. These Stallions, most of our guys love the stretch for whatever reason. Riley comes set. Boone bluffs the steal. Called strike to Keegan, 0-1, as Riley gets that fastball in on the outer part of the plate. Boone looks like he's trying to time up the delivery of Riley. He's going to need to vary his look here just a little bit. Checks him again. There goes Boone, and that one is in the dirt as Boone is able to get in there with no throw. So, one out, runner in scoring position now for the Outlaws.
Yeah, and Boone picked the perfect pitch to run on that throw. That pitch from Riley was in the lower outer part of the zone, and for Boone, that's his third stolen base today.
Bouncing off that bag is Boone. The 1-1 is bounced over to the first baseman Scrine. Covering the bag is Riley, flipping it on to him, making the play. Nice job there from the first baseman and the pitcher covering his position. 2 away as Boone moves up 90 feet to third base, and that'll bring up Dylan Perry, the first baseman.
Yeah, great hustle from Riley at the pitcher's mound, because without it, that play just doesn't happen. He's able to beat out the runner in Keegan for the second out, but Boone is able to advance to third, like you said.
First pitch to Perry, missing just low for a ball, 1-0. 5-2 is your score. Stallions 8 hits, Outlaws 3. Both teams have an error. Devin Boone, that leadoff infield single, stole second base, moved up to third just a moment ago. 90 feet away, 2-0 as the second pitch to Perry misses outside. James Riley out on the mound for another inning of relief work, taking over for Jack Walker. That one missing outside for a ball, 3-0 as action starts up again in the Outlaw bullpen, but the Stallion bullpen remains vacant and inactive. 3-0 to Perry. Swinging at that one is Perry, fouling it straight back into the netting, 3-1.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what it's called when a guy strikes out 4 times in a game, but that's what Perry's looking to avoid here on this at-bat.
I'll tell you exactly what it's called. It's the golden sombrero.
There you go. I was blanking on it there.
3-1. And that one, not sure exactly where or how, but it did miss outside, ball 4. So runners at the corners here with 2 away, and that brings up the third baseman, Jeff Pierantoni.
Now the second walk allowed by James Riley in this one, but this one doesn't do as much harm as the last one. Still one more out for James Riley to get, and Pierantoni looking to be that for the Stallions.
First offering to Pierantoni, called strike 1 on the outer half to the left-handed hitter.
Yeah, and that pitch caught the outer part of the zone and was one that the umpire actually ruled a strike, which is something we haven't seen much on that kind of pitch.
The 0-1. Pierantoni thought about that one as well, but held off 1-1 outside. Riley towing the rubber quickly, keeping the tempo up here, trying to find himself in a bit of a rhythm with 2 outs. That one is flown into left field. In on it is Bertrand calling off Berkeley in the alley, and that'll retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We are now into the 9th inning of baseball. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball on the way. Welcome back to the traveling Ulster Savings broadcast booth, bringing you all Stallion baseball action all season long. Your reigning champs are ahead here 5-2 as another Dallas Hot Wieners call to the bullpen will bring out Albert Vargas to try and keep this thing close in the 9th inning.
Vargas, playing college ball in the area from Hudson Valley Community College, had a 4.50 ERA and 5 strikeouts compared to 6 walks in his 6 innings pitched during his last collegiate year.
Leading off for your Stallions will be the 9-hitter Colin Mackel. Rounding out the lineup, Mason Speaker, then top of the order back up with Brett Heckert. The third pitcher we've seen out of the Outlaws pitching staff here tonight, all 3 right-handers.
Yeah, not too many calls to the bullpen for either side, only 5 pitchers being used all day.
Vargas out of the stretch, Boone playing straight up the middle against Mackel. Disso playing in shallow right field, more shaded towards that 4-hole. First pitch is a ball to Mackel. Vargas finds the strike zone there, called strike, 1-1.
Yeah, Mackel's just been unlucky at the plate today. Had that fly out, which was right in front of the right field wall, had that bunt pop up earlier, hit into a double play, and then last time up was supposed to hit with runners on, then David Shackleford got caught stealing.
The 1-1 is popped up, and that will get just out of play, rattling against some of the bleachers over there down that left field line. So Colin Mackel finding himself down 1-2 now. One and two as the home plate umpire gets more baseballs. Third baseman Pierantoni playing way off that third base bag. 1-2. Swung on and fouled into the catcher's mitt of Imhoff, and he's able to hold on to that one for the first out of the inning. Good breaking ball there from Vargas, and that'll bring up the catcher, Mason Speaker.
Yeah, Mackel was chasing up high in the zone, just a little late on the swing, and that's the first time he's gone down on strikes today. And now Mason Speaker coming up, looking to get on base for the first time today.
First pitch, fastball upstairs, ball one to the battery mate, Speaker.
And Speaker's had a very similar day compared to Mackel, into a double play, and his last time up, he flew out very close to that right field wall as well.
The 1-0. That one is flown into right field. Back on it is Martinez, and he'll make the grab in the alley for the second out of the inning. Top of the order now for your Stallions as Brett Heckert is due up.
Back to the top of the second baseman, number 2, Brett Heckert.
2 away, your Stallions still lead this one 5-2. Could really use some more Hell's Mortal Realty and insurance runs. Vargas out of the stretch, nobody on, 2 away. First offering to Heckert is a fastball called strike 1.
And Heckert had that single, his second at bat back in the third. The only time he's reached base so far today.
0-1 downstairs for a ball, evening the count here, 1-1. Vargas coming set, gets his sign from Imhoff. That one downstairs for a ball, now 2-1 to the Stallion second baseman.
And on deck stands Evan Goforth. He's reached base all 4 times up. Would definitely love a chance at a 5th time at doing that.
Absolutely. Your Stallions sitting at a 12-1 record on the year, looking to keep themselves above that 500 mark as Heckert looks at ball 3, getting himself in a good hitter's count now, 3-1 with 2 away. Vargas out of the stretch again, 3-1. That's a fastball inside, called strike 2.
That one was close. That one just caught the inside corner. Good pitch from Vargas.
Good pitch, just clipping that inner half of the plate. Heckert full count now, 3-2. He swings at that one and pops it straight up into the infield. On it is the second baseman, Disso. He calls off Perry, the first baseman, and that'll retire the side in the top of the 9th in order. Final kicks for the Outlaws here in Oneonta. Your Stallions lead 5-2. Don't go anywhere. More baseball right after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth, bringing you Stallion baseball all summer long. Brought to you in part by Amtech, the supplier to military and aerospace, and by Bob Gehring Septic. Honest, dependable, reliable. If you need it pumped out, call Bob. James Riley heading out to the mound for the bottom of the 9th inning here in Oneonta. Max Imhoff, the catcher, stands in here. First pitch. Second pitch of the at-bat is ripped into center field for a base hit. So the Outlaws start it off hot and swinging in this bottom of the 9th. And that'll bring up Connor Cooney, the left fielder.
Yeah, not the start that Riley was looking for here to open up this bottom of the 9th. Just the second hit that he's allowed as the Oneonta coach coming out to have a chat with the home plate umpire. As it looks like there might be a pinch runner coming in.
Yeah, absolutely looks like the pinch runner is going to take over for Imhoff, the catcher. Smart play there. And it'll be Trey Miller taking over running duties. Miller, typically an infielder, right-handed throwing, right-handed hitter. Just a little bit more speed as the tying run is on deck for the Outlaws.
Yeah, and in his last season at Herkimer Community College, Trey Miller led his team with 22 stolen bases. So definitely a threat to take an extra bag, which Oneonta has been very good at, not just today, but all season long.
No sign of panic from the Stallions as nobody is getting loose in that bullpen. First pitch to Cooney, inside for a ball, 1-0.
And Riley looking to finish off what has been a masterful day so far on the mound. He's already gone 4 1/3, struck out 5.
There goes the runner Miller. Throw to second. Fantastic tag from Goforth. A great throw from Speaker. Wow. Great 1-2 punch right there to erase the runner in Miller. So 1 away now. Outlaws down to their final 2 outs here in Oneonta.
Great throw from Speaker and a great throw from great tag from Goforth as well. Just a great defensive play from the Stallions to wipe off a great base runner.
That pitch is swung on and ripped up the middle for another base hit. So the Outlaws are definitely regretting the decision to send Miller right there. Back-to-back singles. 1 out now as Cooney is on first base, and that'll bring up Tyler Martinez, the right fielder.
Yeah, Riley definitely starting to wear down for the Stallions. This is already the furthest in a game that he has gone so far, and just looking to close this one out. He's already allowed back-to-back hits, though, but his defense did help him out his last go-around.
Defense helped him out in a big way as he checks in on the runner. First base, diving back in there safely is Cooney. Temperature continuing to drop here in Oneonta. 1 out. Comes set is Riley. First pitch is fouled straight into the chest protector of the home plate umpire, and he will get checked on immediately. Welcome back as we took a brief pause in the action to make sure that the home plate umpire was okay. Took a mean Fastball into the chest guard. Looked like it caught him a little bit in the throat as well. Took a sip of water. Everybody checking in on him. He's okay. We are good to go here in the bottom of the ninth. So, 1 out. The runner on first is Cooney. Imhoff started the inning off with a leadoff single, replaced by Trey Miller, who got caught stealing. And now, Tyler Martinez down 0-1. Second pitch of the at-bat bounces in the dirt for a ball, evening it up at 1.
It was definitely a tough scene to see with that home plate umpire, but it was an opportunity for James Riley to get a little bit of rest after he was kind of rattled on those last 2 at-bats. And now with a chance to kind of close things out for the Stallions and pick up another win over Oneonta.
As the pickoff gets by Scrine, and Cooney unable to advance at all as it bounced off his back, and Scrine very quickly to that baseball. Nicely done. Good recovery there from Jake Scrine.
Yeah, Cooney thought about it, and he was about a quarter of a way off the bag, but decided to retreat back once he saw just how fast Scrine was able to get the ball.
Pretty much a double whammy moment there for Cooney as it bounced off his back, and because it bounced off the back, a lot of velocity taken off the ball. Scrine able to get there quickly. So 1-1 to the right fielder. That one in there for a called strike. The fastball finding the outer part of the strike zone.
And Riley looking for strikeout number 6 on the day. He has been electric.
The 1-2. That one is bounced over to the third baseman, Fish. He'll field that one cleanly. 5-4. Heckert will hold on to it as Martinez is able to hurry up that first baseline. And now down to their final out. That'll bring up the 10-hitter center fielder, Tyler Sauceville.
Yeah, that one was maybe hit a little bit too slow for the Stallions to turn to, but Fish made the best play he could. Was able to get that force out, and now the 10-hitter in Sauceville is up.
The 5-4 fielder's choice takes Cooney out of tonight's games with 2 outs. First pitch to Sauceville is outside for a ball, now 1-0. Riley comes set, 1-0. Fastball just missing outside for a ball, 2-0.
And Sauceville's yet to put the ball in play so far today. 2 strikeouts and a walk.
I'm restraining from making any more puns on his last name, I
I
promise.
think Yuri made a lot in his last at-bat.
2-0. Now one in there for a called strike 1. Riley filling up the strike zone here.
Yeah, and it's just been a huge pitching performance from him to help out the Stallions, and they still have 2 more games against 2 top teams in their division before their next day off. They need as many arms as they can get.
Riley providing the much-needed rest for the rest of the bullpen as the Outlaws are down to their final strike here in this one. 5-2 is your score. Runner on first, 2 outs. Tyler Sauceville at the dish. Riley, the 2-2. There goes the runner, and that one is bounced over to second baseman Heckert, and that bounces off his glove, now trickle into right field for what is more than likely a base hit, putting runners at the corners with 2 outs. So the tying run now steps up to the box in Mario Disso, the top of the order.
And Heckert almost able to make a play with that on the second base bag, but it was hit just really hard, and Heckert just had a tough time managing that one. Now it brings the tying run up to bat, Mario Dizzo. The Outlaws have had 6 hits this game. 4 of them have come after the 8th inning.
3 hits in this inning alone. And you said it, Logan. Tying run at the dish. Sauceville getting his lead from first. Outlaws would love to put him in scoring position. First pitch, Disso outside for a ball, 1-0. Still no action in that Stallion bullpen. Riley has the reins on this one, looking to take it all the way home. Speaker sets the 1-0. That one misses inside for a ball, 2-0 now. Martinez gets his lead off third. Sauceville off first. 2 away. 2-0 missing inside. Ball 3 as Riley is down in the count now, 3-0.
And Riley looking a little rattled in this inning, and now in a 3-0 count to Dizzo. And that would bring up a dangerous hitter in Boone with a chance to take the lead or even tie it.
Comes set a 3-0. A 4-pitch walk loads the bases for the most prolific hitter in this Oneonta lineup, Devin Boone. Time will be called as pitching coach Rich Doobie will head out to the mound and have a conversation with his reliever.
This is the spot you want to be in if you're the Outlaws. Have one of your best hitters coming up in Devin Boone, a guy who's already reached base in 3 of his at-bats with 2 singles and a chance to take advantage of James Riley while the Stallions bullpen remains quiet.
Riley certainly getting his work cut out for him here in this one. Loading the bases, 2 away. A 3-run ball game, the winning run at the dish in Boone. Doobie heads back into the Stallion dugout, and we are getting ready to go here in this bottom of the 9th frame. Tense situation here all around. You can feel it in the air here in Oneonta. Cut the tension with the knife, as they say. Riley comes set, gets his sign. The first pitch to Boone is a breaking pitch outside for a called strike 1.
Great way to start out the at-bat for Riley after working a 4-pitch walk, able to find the strike zone with that first pitch in this new at-bat to Boone.
Looks like Doobie had a very strategic conversation with Riley. The 0-1 is a fastball in on the hands, evening the count here 1-1 with 2 away.
And so far this year, Boone with 11 RBIs and a big chance to add on to that.
And if you're Riley, you can't worry about any of the runners except for really Disso on first, as he represents that tying run.
And
Base
there's a lot of
hit.
speed to him.
Exactly. Base hit could score 2, but that's why you score those 5 runs to the Outlaw 2. Third pitch of the at-bat misses downstairs for a ball, 2-1 to the shortstop.
Yeah, that one could have probably gone either way. It was on the lower inside part of the zone, and Riley just missing it.
James Riley certainly making things very interesting here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The 2-1. That one is popped up and out of play over everything here in Oneonta. So the Outlaw shortstop down to his final strike here tonight.
Just 1 pitch away for Riley and the Stallions to get out of Oneonta with a big win, but he needs to make 1 more pitch to do it.
2-2, 2 away. Deuces are a wild. Breaking ball bounced straight back into the backstop. Boone barely getting a piece of it, able to stay alive here.
He just got a tip of it, and he is battling right now against Riley, trying to finish out his 5th full inning of relief. It's been an amazing outing from him, and up until probably midway through the 8th, he was rolling, and now he's trying to get out of this game by giving the Stallions a big win.
Very dangerous hitter in Boone with some great eyes. 20 walks to his name. OBP up 521 heading into this one. The 2-2 from Riley. That one is fouled straight back, so we'll try it again. Spoiling that one is Boone.
And in case you're wondering, Riley's pitch count is over 100 today.
So he definitely has been given the reins for the rest of this one as that Stallion bullpen continues to be dead quiet. 2-2, 2 outs. Pitch. That one bounces in the dirt as Riley spiked the fastball. So the count is now full 3-2, and runners will be on the move. Scrine letting everybody in the infield know that he's not holding him on anymore. Everybody's a-moving.
Biggest pitch of the night, probably around the entire league.
Oh, absolutely. This is one of the only close games here tonight in the PGCBL, as Riley checks on the runner at second, trying to get a cheeky third out, but doesn't even throw the ball.
Hey, whatever out you can get, you're probably going to take it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The 3-2 offering to Boone. That one is in there for a called strike 3, and that'll do it here in Oneonta. James Riley able to work his way out of that one, giving the Stallions their 13th win of the year. Wow.
Stone cold James Riley. What a way to finish out this 9th inning, which he struggled early on. Was able to pick up strikeout number 6 on the day. And what a win for your Saugerties Stallions. 2nd in a row against Oneonta.
Just absolutely fantastic performance right there. As ballsy as it gets, a 3-2 slider right there that got him looking on the outer half. And Logan, what was your biggest takeaway here tonight in this very daunting, challenging contest in Oneonta?
The pitching from both Jack Walker and James Riley out of this world. Walker struggled early on, but after that, lights out. No runs from the Outlaws after the 2nd inning. And Evan Goforth, David Shackleford, both able to reach base 4 times as well. And it looks like we're going to be joined by one of those pitchers.
And tonight's Ulster Savings Player of the Game is joined alongside with John Drager. John, what do you got for us?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with tonight's player of the game in James Riley. You came in quite a sticky situation, but you managed to lock it down, giving up only 4 hits and no runs in your appearance. I mean, what'd you have out there?
I mean, honestly, it was just about locating the fastball. Towards the end, starting to miss spots, and then that's when Doobie came out, just told me to relax, take a deep breath, and just get back to what I was doing, which was primarily throwing first pitch strikes and locating the fastball to work my other all-speed and breaking ball.
And it was a long at-bat against Devin Boone to end things. You managed to get that on a called strike 3, 3-2 count. That has to feel good. You were very amped.
Yeah, I threw him a couple splitters. I busted them in, sawed them off, and then finally getting one that froze him, starting on the outer half, breaking back in towards him, got him to freeze a little bit.
And you had some work to do. 5 1/3 innings pitch, but you managed to still lock it down. How's your arm feeling now?
My arm feels pretty good. That's the longest I've thrown in the game, probably about 3 to 4 years since I was in a bullpen move, closer end at St. Thomas Aquinas for 2 to 3 years.
Thanks a lot, James.
Thank you.
Guys.
And a fantastic pitching performance out of James Riley from the bullpen. The Stallions get another win against Oneonta, taking home a 5-2 victory. Just fantastic. And Logan, what's next for these Stallions?
Well, after the fireworks are going off here in Oneonta, they'll be back at Canton Field for 2 games on the 3rd and the very well-known July 4th game. First, it's going to be the Amsterdam Mohawks tomorrow, and then the Albany Dutchmen the very next day. 2 big games coming up for your Saugerties Stallions, both against the top 2 teams in the East Division, Kyle.
Absolutely, and you can find some more content tomorrow as the Stallions are going to have another episode of the Ranch Roundup featuring yours truly, Kyle McMullen, and Logan Barandis. So make sure to tune in to the YouTube channel. We'll have all the information you need to where you can find us and who exactly we're going to be interviewing. For John Drager, Logan Barandis, all the Stallions, I'm Kyle McMullen. Have a great night, everybody, and roll ponies.